Just any point, really.
Yeah, maybe a random Tuesday.
A Tuesday.
Tuesday, innit?
I should text Elise and see if we should have our cat cafe day on Saturday.
I know you didn't say the police, but I genuinely don't know what you said instead.
Elise is one of our coworkers. Yeah.
Maurice.
Maurice.
I do. I kind of like the idea that you're just on like a texting basis with the police, though.
Well, like all of them?
Yeah.
As a
You just have
collective.
one bulk text convo. The cops.
Yeah, why not?
Hey, so who's all playing in this?
Many gamers.
Many
And
games.
everyone here plus Chiron.
Yeah.
No, not
I have terrible news, Theo. Chiron.
No.
Well, Theo's gonna have to drop out.
Yeah.
Gotta scrap that whole thing.
Guess I'll see
Sad.
if these
Well, him
characters
and Chiron just have some long-standing beef.
Yeah. Someone should tell those cows to lay down.
Same like that one.
Thank you, Zane. I appreciate you.
Never again.
Wow.
Hmm. Chiron let me know he'd be maybe a little bit late. So we're just vibing before he gets
But
here.
he told me he was looking forward to this. And he's gonna be late. Just kidding, I understand.
As we all know, they are mutually exclusive.
Yes, sir. Get away from Chiron alone. I'll be right back.
It's working.
Like one of those tornado sirens. Do they have those where you live in Texas, too?
I think so.
I lived in Texas when I was a wee lad. I remember those things.
Back home in Wisconsin, though, they still go off, every week for testing.
Oh, that's good.
Every week.
Every week.
They want people to get real comfortable hearing them go off.
That's right. That way, when it does happen, you have to check the time and be like, "Oh shit, this one isn't a test."
Wait, what are what are these for? Tornadoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ours is once a month.
Oh, lucky.
It's just the first Tuesday of every month.
Maybe the places I've lived are just extra incompetent and need to check it more often.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe we're just stupid here. I don't know.
No, I think once a month seems quite reasonable. But then it's also quite possible that I'm the idiot in this situation and just can't tell time, and it's happening only once a month. Because I've made these mistakes before.
Actually, be right back.
Okay. So, not sure why, but on Sunday, you know what dead character I was thinking about a lot? From Leo's campaign? Welcome back.
Go on.
Probably Oit.
Probably who?
That's good old Oit. The character that Ham essentially murdered in cold blood.
No, not that one. I was thinking about good old Syracat.
Oh yeah, his death was depressing.
It was.
Mostly because Unila's much lamer as a character, even if she's more fun mechanically.
She definitely lacks the depth that Syracat had.
Oh, it's there. She just doesn't say anything.
Oh, I guess.
She lacks the alcoholic sister the Cybercath had.
That's fair. That's fair. That was the peak comedy.
She was great.
Where did that drunken part come from? I don't even
Because
remember.
Leo just starts talking,
That's just how Leo
slurring his
sounded.
words.
That's how kids talk. They go,
Speaking from experience.
Yeah,
Back, though.
I work in a high school and my kids are always drunk. That's normal, right?
You got some good kids, Lump.
Hell yeah. They're really cool. Entrepreneurial. You know what I actually might start doing?
No.
Is I might start putting a start time at 7:30 instead, just to give the Central Time homies time to get home after work and kick their feet up for a bit.
Huh?
Because like Chiron's saying that he gets off of work and then gets home, and sometimes it's tough to always get there on time. So I'm thinking to myself just now, what if I just bumped the start times to 7:30 EST instead of 7?
How ready is Harry?
Give people time to, I know it's not on the hour, but maybe it'll be better for Kyron. Thoughts?
Is it for the people or is it just for Chiron?
Kyron is all the people I need.
Oh my god. I mean, I don't care either way.
What are your hours usually on Wednesdays, Zane?
That's a good question. So far, they've all been done by like 5:30. I'm transferring to a new store on Monday though, and the store manager said she can just have a different manager close, so I should be available every week. I
Okay.
don't know. Yeah, I just said like, hey, don't let me close, which means usually I'll be gone by or home by 6 probably.
All right. So you're home by 6, but I mean, you mentioned rushing to get that pizza cooked. Would you?
Oh, I
do
didn't
you
rush. I just forgot I was doing it.
You took your sweet time.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I've been home since 3 today.
Okay. It's pretty chill actually.
Yeah,
Pretty nice.
almost too
Damn, I
chill.
didn't know he was chill like that.
I had time to play Magic, watch anime, and practice my bass, and still have time to be bored before we got started.
This guy's so cool.
He does it all.
What can't he do?
Make money, apparently.
Yeah, well, what is money even?
It can be exchanged for goods and services.
What?
Yep.
Oh, no. Not
It's
services
true.
too, surely.
Yeah. Dead ass.
What about like someone to shine my shoes? Can I do that with money, or do I have to just threaten the city lads?
No, you can hit him up.
That's a lifesaver. I've got all this money that I have just been sitting on because, like, what even is it, you know?
No.
Yeah.
He said you could hit them up. He means like you have to threaten them.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I'll just keep holding on to it until I need
Just
it.
don't hit them down.
Yeah.
Why not?
Wait, hold on.
That's where they gotta go.
Well, punching down is just frowned upon, you know.
Yeah. Poor form.
Yeah, but saying someone is punching down, like, itself is establishing the hierarchy, right?
Hmm.
So really,
But it's
it's the
also
person
literal.
noticing. It's the person noticing that I'm punching down. That's the real problem. So I can't fight short people.
Well, you
That's
can if you crouch.
okay, right.
Yeah. You
Or
just have to
lie
watch
prone.
out for
maybe.
them if they crouch too.
Yeah.
Oh, then how do I? Maybe if I lie prone.
Yeah, if you're both laying down, it's even.
If we're both laying down, can we cuddle?
Only after
Absolutely
he
not.
hits you up.
Yeah, that's how you know.
How did I download this?
Hmm?
Someone made a Half-Life 2 mod where you just plays like the cops in Half-Life 2. And I downloaded it for some reason.
Sounds like it could be pretty neat.
Oh. Wait, I know why. It has a workshop.
Oh, this came up in conversation earlier. Chase, what's the story behind your name? Hello, Chiron. Hello.
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 Well.
Well. If it isn't the birthday boy, Chiron Anderson, aka Icarus Daedalus.
An old man.
How old are you now?
26.
53.
Chiron. It's the old man.
Old enough to still enjoy the circus. How's it going, Leo?
It's going great.
Hell yeah. I had a similar moment yesterday, Chiron, when I realized I was 29 and that the fuse was lit heading to 30.
Yep. It's coming up.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Yikes. You sweet summer child, you 26-year-old beauty.
You got any big plans for the 30th?
For the 30th of September? Oh, when I turn 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna kill myself.
A classic option.
A classic option. No, literally I have no plans, and I don't want any. I don't really think about my birthday very often at all.
About once a year, maybe.
I pretty much only consider my age for its mean potential. It's really all it's good for.
Your meme potential, you said?
The mean potential. Yeah, I turn 30 next September. And
Wait,
that
what?
I know, right? I'm old as shit.
Ancient.
I know. Older than time itself. Because time, as we know, is 28.
Well, as we all know, the universe was created old.
It was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 8,000 years old, but when it started, it was a million years old.
Oh, wow.
Actually, it was created 6,000 years ago. God just created everything so it looked old.
Yeah. He created everything in such a way that would give the illusion of long history. Yeah, it's a test of faith, really.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever tell you guys? A few years ago, I was working at this Bible camp, and I had to create a class for the campers about creation.
All right.
And sorry, this is a far less interesting story than it was in my head.
Go
Because that was
on.
basically it.
No,
Um,
I'm interested.
no, it
I
was just like,
fully bought in.
here I am with like zero background in studies, and they're just like, hey, here's a couple like I can't remember what they're called, but I'm gonna borrow a term from something else. It's they're these companion guides, if you will. The commentaries. There you go. They handed me 3 different Bible commentaries and were like, "Have fun, figure out creation for us real quick." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Scholars spent millennia trying to understand it, but they can all rest easy knowing Zane is on the case with
That's
his
right.
his 3 companions.
Yep. I got to teach my class 3 times, and not once did anyone learn or at least act interested. And it was wonderful.
Hell yeah. Oh, what? Tell me, Zane. What is the what's the word that's opposite of sin? What's
Virtue.
what's the value of virtue in a world free of sin? Riddle me this.
Could you ask that again? Sorry, I didn't hear the whole thing.
What's the value of virtue in a world free of sin?
It's not a fucking leaked quote. It sounds like a leaked quote.
I'm gonna be right back.
I think that's
I
from
don't know.
Fire Emblem Engage.
I'm like, let me think on that for a minute. I'll refer to my companion guides and
Mhm.
get back to
Mhm.
you.
I have the answer. Worry not, immortal man. In a world
Oh?
free of sin, virtue itself has no value, and that is why the world has sin, so that the value of virtue can be clear. And in the
But
same vein, what use is faith in a world free of doubt? That is why God hides fake dinosaur bones in the earth.
So he's running like a pump and dump scheme to make these things more valuable before he sells them off.
Yeah,
there's-
no, it's all a two-man con. Like Lucifer and God are in.
but my good sir, if hold on, I lost my thought. No, it was so good.
You want me to act like you said it?
Yeah.
Oh man! Oh, everyone clap.
No, I refuse. Actually, it looks like my mic does a pretty good job of not picking up claps. Mine actually does, is the fucked up thing. I've tried to clap for people before, and my mic's like, nope, you're not talking. And then it lets my fan through. Like, what the hell? I've noticed one of the fucked up things is like sometimes I'm laughing and it doesn't pick up, and I'm like,
Yeah,
ah,
that happens to me sometimes too. When I start really laughing, it catches the first bit of it and then goes away.
Shit.
That's because you just sound so inhuman.
Unlike my fan, which sounds totally normal.
Yeah.
Well, your fan's got some pretty good commentary.
No.
He does have a lot to say. It is so funny sometimes. It's like quiet for a while, then it's like. We're like, oh, here it comes.
What's really funny about it is that the people in quarantine office hate it with like a burning passion.
It's back. Get it.
I've never met people that care that much about fucking a small amount of background noise. There's any background noise from anyone, they get mad. Bro, what the hell? I'm hanging out here listening to whatever the hell Freezer's got going on in his background. It's like a whole new world over there.
I'd love to just pick Freezer up and drop him into that call. It's Toho blasting his keyboard.
That's not Toho, that's Osu, you
Oh, that's
degenerate.
right.
He just
My
plays
bad.
Toho music.
Oh, right. Okay.
How would you make a stupid mistake like that?
I mean, what can I say? I'm just a stupid man. Is everyone here, by the way? I think Theo's stepped away.
Well, that answers that. I'm gonna get some water.
Yeah. Take a bio break, as Eleanor would say.
I
A
think I.
way of saying they have to piss.
Yeah. But it opens the door for like completely cybernetic breaks. Gotta go
Gonna take a break
calibrate
to
my
play some
links
VR
around.
games.
Yeah. Just walk in on your like teacher in their study, just fucking swinging the shit around. Ducking and jabbing. That's funny. When Jake gets back, I gotta ask him about this toothpaste emblem thing that I've been seeing.
But have you seen what the protagonist of the next Fire Emblem looks like?
So his hair is red and blue. Is that what people mean?
Yeah,
Like
because there's some brands
Crest
of
toothpaste?
toothpaste that
Yeah.
they use that like red and white and blue like.
That's so weird looking.
Yeah, it looks dog shit. It looks actually so bad, but
All right.
I'm
So
still pretty excited.
I've got a
The
change
Fire
of.
Emblem protagonists or what?
yeah.
All right. I got
It
to
looks
announce
so gross.
a change in main antagonist. That guy, you're gonna have to kill him. I'm sorry, guys.
Hold on, let me.
I'm so sad. I'm also sharpening my axe.
Uh, so sad.
So who are Payton and Safe Demon in?
Safe Demon and Payton are friends of mine and many of the other people in the call.
Yes.
They are not at present in this campaign.
Okay.
But I ran a Naruto game from the server as well, and they were in that, and so that's why they're in the server.
Gotcha.
That's how you acquire the role of ninja child.
Yes, I was wondering about that. I accidentally opened the ninja game once, and I'm like, none of this makes sense.
Yeah, all good.
It's
Yeah,
very
there's an
confusing.
entirely different tabletop game called Hero System, which is a sick game, but it's also esoteric and strange.
Yes.
I like the way they do their rounds. That's pretty cool. Where instead of rolling initiative and everyone going in order, like everyone has a speed stat, and the higher your speed stat, the more times you act in every 12-second round,
Oh,
around 12 seconds. And it starts on second 12, in which everyone acts. So everyone acts in the first part of combat. And then you flip through the seconds, all 12 of them, one by one. And so if your speed is 3, you move 3 times. Once on 4, once on 8, and once on 12. If your speed is 4, you'll move on second 3, 6, 9, and 12. And so you can have characters which move a lot because they're very fast. Other characters move slow, and so they might move only twice. It's pretty neat.
No.
all right. Thank you for explaining that. It does sound kind of neat.
Right, I'm here.
Oh my god, he's here.
Oh my god, he's here.
You're good. Oh my god, look at you.
Thank you, Theo. That's very
Look
kind of you to
at
say.
you.
Okay, all right.
Hey.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, you get none of this.
What?
Come on, man.
That's so fucked up.
Come
I'm
on.
sorry. Actually,
Not even a
not even
morsel?
true, but
Not even a crumb. Please, my lord.
Go up. Up.
Up? Okay.
For there.
Okay. Where next?
I can't talk to my dog. Deep and visceral scream. So let's do roll call. Let's see who's here. Chase, Daedalus,
I've been known to be here.
Leo Weo,
Mm.
the worst Halifax,
Ah.
me, I'm
We're
here,
starting.
and finally Z Cummings.
What do you mean finally?
It's so fucked up that you wouldn't mention
That's
Jake.
I got to the bottom of the list. Ah,
Hey, ah!
ah, he's here.
All right.
This is my new friend. I found him at the start of the phone book.
I love doing that. I did that a few times during Leo's session to try to throw him off.
Oh,
Get
that's such a
counted
good
twice.
idea. That's such a good idea. I'll do that during Aqua's campaign. I'll keep moving myself down the order and see how many times I can introduce myself.
I don't even think he does it that way, to be honest.
Fuck. Well, there goes that idea.
The roll call's a modern thing. Aqua's an old man, not with
He's
the
an old
times.
man. How ancient when the world was young?
Nah,
Of my ilk?
nope.
No,
I don't know. Actually, I don't know how old Aqua is.
it's kind of timeless.
He just feels like he should be old.
Who's old?
Quit dragons.
This dragon is hero of our time.
Scholar Conundrum Corporation, the Christian Chastity Corps.
Yeah.
It's my favorite name ever.
hmm Chase, we'll have to explain what Christian means in this setting, but I'm down for
It's
to
just
mean
a
whatever you
guy's
want.
name.
Yeah, what's the name?
I would like an enhancement of this lady on the right, though.
I want an
I'm-
enhancement of this man on the left.
All right,
What's going on here?
should we do, all right, I'll do a quick enhance. All right, this is one fella. Look at him. Wow.
Yeah.
What's happening? I like it.
He's got so much blue accent.
I know, it's very nice. And he's got these like screaming faces at the bottom.
Optimus Prime colored for sure.
Shit,
Screaming
it's
faces.
Optimus Prime.
And this lady's over here as well.
She's okay. Could be hornier.
Because I think I also have this art saved in my folder.
I got there first. Got him.
Gotta be faster on the draw. All right, let's begin.
Why is there two names, by the way? What is this?
Hmm?
Get rid of the Christian Chastity Corps.
No, that's all your name. The Scholars Conundrum.
No, it's
Part
not.
of it?
Are you sure?
Is it-
I'm being framed.
I honestly thought. Part of it.
I thought it was both the whole time.
You guys
Bro,
didn't
Jake.
know he was getting framed?
I sent
was
you a
fine.
message, Lumpy. I
I
said,
sent-
could you delete that? I got a real name now.
But it's so
I-
much better.
Yeah,
I
you heard
guess-
delete the Scholar's Conundrum card.
You sent a lot of messages, bro.
No, bring back the Christian Chastity Corps.
Chastity is gone.
All my hard work.
Only whores.
There are two wolves inside each of us. One is chaste and the other is a whore.
Look, you gotta
Wait.
realize
Why can't I be a whore?
these guys. Look at these guys with the shitty names. They didn't even pick the goblin font.
Embarrassing.
Didn't pick the
Alice
goblin
The
font.
Goblin font?
Hey, yeah, this is Goblin 1, baby.
That is so
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah. Nah, the
You ever
real
seen a
loser here-
goblin's handwriting?
The real loser here is Leo for seeing
Small
my name and making the same fucking name. What the hell, man?
Just happened.
Oh
I'm just
my
here for a
god.
vibe.
What do you mean what happened?
It just happened. I'm here for a good time.
There
not
was
long
no
time.
way to prevent it. It was inevitable.
It was like a meteor, you just have to watch it hit. So you guys are on the frontier. You had set out from Wainwright, which is the capital city of this region. This is a pretty far-flung region of the Paladin King's empire, and you are heading out towards the small village of Mistfall. There is some amount of fanfare and ceremony. The Paladin King's campaign is long awaited, and the people are really happy that it's finally begun. You are the vanguard. You are the ones leading from the front. You are nobles and royalty or members of their retinue, and you fight for the good of the realm and its people. You do it courageously, you do it from the front, you put yourselves on the line, and you can see there's a real response to that. And many of them also have loved ones and family members who are going on this crusade, and it does seem that they are reassured seeing royals marching out as well. Chiron, you
Yep.
remember a similar kind of send-off for Idalia. The last time she and Tantarina visited Kercheka. In this scene, you are visiting Kercheka, and it's the eve of your departure from that small village. You visit there on occasion. And this is a much more modest affair than the one the party is receiving in Wainwright. Kercheka, not a huge village. This is something like a potluck crossed with a farmer's market, like nothing's for sale. The vibe is that everyone has shown up with something they've grown or farmed or raised, and there's this big like communal cooking process in the lead up to like this big meal type thing.
Mhm.
It's awesome. There's drinks, there's food, there's like revelry. It's all very amiable, great vibes all around. And this continues over the course of the night. And the next morning, people wake up at their leisure. Everyone's pitching in to help with cleanup. Idalia and Tantarina join in as well. And around midday, with cleanup behind you, it begins. Time comes to leave. Idalia and her retinue pick up their belongings, depart. There are hearty and happy farewells from the villagers. As you get underway, the scenery passes, and eventually you feel the ground beneath the cart transition from the rough off-roading onto the smooth surface of the King's Road beneath the cart's wheels. One of the servants of House Adrestes, who is the coachman, he's here at the front of the cart with the horses, moves to speak with Idalia and Tantarina. He's a dour, kind of sour-faced guy. He leans back and looks to Idalia, then to Tantarina, back to Idalia. Says, so have you decided yet? Then he pauses for a moment. North to Wainwright or south at the fork? Back to Sunseat. Behind the bench he's sitting on, there's a small chest that contains letters and maps and documents. And you see a light shining through the keyhole of that chest, which you recognize as the glowing mark of the king's seal placed upon some kind of scroll or envelope. He is referencing a letter House Adrestes had received, basically calling for heroes and asking House Adrestes if they knew any heroes in their lands who would take up the call. It was very controversial when Idalia herself and Tantarina expressed interest. And what do they say in response to this coachman?
South, of course. This is my chance to prove myself on a much broader scale. We'll need to do that to a massive following. Yes, this should be an excellent opportunity.
You're aware of the trepidations of sending you. Are
Yes,
you
well,
sure?
I'm not going to accomplish anything sitting in a castle all day, and I've trained for this for years.
At this, you feel a nervous energy among the servants of Idelia's house, but they respect your choice, and you do head north to Wainwright. And we return to the present day. So I should talk a little bit about Wainwright. It's a large town in the process of rebuilding. This journey you will be setting out on normally would be a 3-day journey, but you're not sure how long it will take in current circumstances because this
Hey,
is.
sorry, I just want to make sure I did miss what you said. I said south to Sunseat, which I thought was where we were starting. But if I'm supposed to be heading north, that's cool.
Oh, sorry, I heard because you said south, but then you said this is my chance to prove myself, and so then I was like, oh, he must have just mixed up which way was which, because Sunseat is back to your studies, your house, and Wainwright is where the party is setting off from. So I
I
must
see.
have not made that clear. Sorry.
Okay.
He
Cool.
goes, I'm going south, and Lumpy just deletes it from the map.
A player has been booted from the call. So
If
Cool.
you lose it, you
Headed-
can
I'm
lose in the
headed north.
fucking you can lose in the fucking flashback sequence. No. Be careful,
I
don't
failed the
write
quick
yourself
time
on
of
fucking press Y and not X.
I'm sorry, Kyron. I totally whoopsied that.
I love heading to Wainwright. All right, continue.
So Wainwright is a large town in the process of rebuilding. And the journey from Wainwright onwards, in simpler times, would be a 3-day journey. But as the scars of the recent conflicts mar this land, and you're not 100% sure how long this will take. But you get to Wainwright itself without issue, and you approach there's the Wainwright itself, which is the capital of this frontier region, and then just outside of Wainwright, there's like a large sort of army encampment that the Paladin King is using to organize troops. And you know that this thing that was glowing within the chest, this is a small, tightly bound scroll with a glowing wax seal on it, and impressed into it is the sigil of House Brightflame. And you are to present this sigil, this scroll, to the Master at Arms at the camp, and then that's when you receive the 1,000 gold and the silver weaponry. But you've already put that into your character sheet.
Sounds good.
So you arrive at Wainwright. You approach the Master at Arms. You hand him the scroll.
Mhm.
He opens it, and as he breaks the seal, you see the glow fades. He reads it. He looks at Tantarina and Adelia. He nods. He gestures you further into the tent, and your very worried-looking entourage eventually turns back to Sunseat and their long journey there.
Hell yeah. It up you.
And you're here.
He did it.
So good.
We return to the present day and the party's journey from Wainwright. You all see the scars of the recent conflict, very fresh. The demon army was broken over a year ago, but its forces did not, of course, march single file back into hell. They scattered into the countryside, and the process of rooting them out has been long and arduous. The conflict very much still does continue in scattered pockets here and there, and the countryside is in total disarray. The King's Road, much like the region itself, out here past Wainwright, has fallen into real disrepair. Stretches are slow going, The road is broken, the terrain is uneven, your carts are slow moving. You have a guide with you, a local, like a peasant-looking dude. He's got like the uniform of the army on, but it's clear that this is not a trained soldier. He's with you guys because he's local and he knows the area. And he is proceeding with noticeable caution. You start to see like scattered like earthworks here and there of like long abandoned, but like clearly big battles have been fought in the area. The plant life is sickly and withered and dry and yellow. The trees are pale and bare. There are some places, large swaths of countryside, in which nothing at all grows. It's just bare earth. There's a faint odor in the air here. It's maybe a little acrid, a little briny, but it's faint and hard to focus on. And you find yourselves drinking from your water skins quite often. The air seems to draw the moisture from you. How do your characters pass the time with each other?
Have we been traveling together for a while? Do we know each other?
The whole party's here. This is like the first half day / day of travel.
So we've done like basic introductions, and that's all presumably.
Yeah, you pretty much only know each other's names, with the exception of people who know each other and their backstory.
Can we throw like a Lord and Retainer or whatever your secondary is into the chat just to have it written down so I can remember?
Absolutely, yeah.
And then just, I guess we should like do one at a time. That's
Yeah,
Chiron.
maybe put your name with it as well.
Well, they pop up next to it.
I think he means like put the player name.
Like Idella Justice Lord, and then like parentheses Chiron.
What if I just type my character names as me, my name?
That works too.
What? It got rid. I put a heart and it deleted everything after it. What the fuck?
You get absolutely
What
shot.
the hell?
Yeah, right.
Get iced.
What the? I'm so mad. I put a little heart. I was being all cute, and it's like, yeah, actually, fuck you. Wait, what happened? What happens if you type a heart normally? Is it just?
I think it doesn't do anything because it tries to interpret it as like math, and then it's like this isn't anything, and it.
Well,
it
heart is
shits
like
itself.
the bracket 3.
Yeah.
Chevron 3. Yeah, I guess.
You probably have to do the alt code for it or something.
That's a hate crime.
It's weird that it's.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, I used the alt code.
What is that?
Oh, there's a bunch of like Unicode symbols that you can call by holding Alt and entering a string of numbers. The only one that I use regularly is the TM symbol because it works almost everywhere if I do it that way.
I don't understand, but that sounds incredible.
I just hold Alt and type random shit in, and sometimes weird stuff shows up. Somehow I managed to get this one twice, though, so I don't know.
You trying to tell us something, Theo?
Anyway, the alt code for that particular heart is just 3, so it's pretty easy.
You just press Alt and then 3, or just hold Alt?
You have to hold Alt and press 3.
It's not doing anything for me.
I have to do it on the number pad if that.
I also had to do it on the
Oh,
number pad
okay.
for some reason.
Yeah, there it is.
Wait. Explain to me this. I did it twice, and it showed up as hearts, and the third one turned into a club. I pressed the same button. Why did it change?
What the heck? It's a brave new world out there, and Chiron has shown it to me. Wait, why is Ikit's face in blackface, but Oh No's face isn't?
What?
They're just different numbers.
Okay.
Why is Ikit's face in what?
I was just gonna ignore that part.
Black
Don't
face.
fall for it.
Oh,
very strange.
I see. Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna assume Grom is Theo's lord.
I fear we've gotten somewhat sidetracked here.
No.
For clarity, Theo, is Ikit your lord or Grom the Paunch your lord?
Which one's level 6?
Ikit.
Oh shit! God damn it, Theo.
Claw.
Gotta write everything again.
Erase everything?
Everything is ruined.
Re-enter
New
everyone's names.
New notebook.
You throw out the old notebook
Delete
physically.
hard drive.
Drive to Staples and buy a new notebook. And... That's fucked up.
I'm gonna try something crazy and also try to take notes like a nerd.
Leo, what's your retainer's name?
Koza.
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 Osov?
Koza.
Am I just like a blind person, or is that in the chat anyway?
It is.
Okay.
It should be after Ikit Claw, less than.
Yes, feel free to, while I'm doing someone's flashback scene, by the way, feel free to, like, have your characters chat in chat.
Eat dirt and die.
Quote Leo. Quote Lumpy. Feel free to ignore all of my narration and do your own roleplay.
Feel free to do your own thing.
Well, I want to hear the backstory.
Yeah.
I can't multitask. What do I look like?
So Jake and Leo.
Yeah, how's it going?
This shattered countryside we were traveling down is a far cry from what you are used to. In this flashback, we see your characters a year younger than they are now. You see before you the king and his advisor, and it's just you four in this room. The king is sitting behind a kind of desk thing, the advisor behind him and to the left, and you two sit across from him. And you two see the king in a way that nobody else does, because in your eyes, this is not the paladin king before you. This is your dad. This is a father figure. I know he's not literally your character's dad, Leo, but you're a ward of his house, and he had a big hand in raising you. And his brows furrow in disappointment over his glowing sun-like eyes. He says, "You snuck out again? It's unbecoming, and more importantly, it's dangerous. The demons invade. The kingdom is in disarray. You regularly sneak out. The king's shields can't protect you. What do you have to say for yourself?"
It's not dangerous. It's just the city.
It is dangerous because it is the city. Who knows who might try to take advantage? You have to be sensible here.
It's just our people. Why would they do anything wrong?
What if you fell and hurt yourself? You know.
I would heal her.
I'm great at climbing.
You will be the death of me. Okay, I'm not trying to malign anyone in particular, but it's not a super nice. Like, not everyone is as, you know, devout and noble as most of our people are. You know, anything could happen.
Really?
Yep.
That sounds exciting.
No. No, it's not. It's how do I teach these kids? This is the king's advisor coughing behind him. He's a tall, gaunt elf, like death pale, and his eyes glow like lit cigarettes.
A real good guy.
It's just I am a master of deception.
Perhaps if there were some task to which you could set them, Your Grace, its pursuit would focus their attentions. You might find that bestowing responsibilities will foster the responsibility that you wish to see in them.
He's
We
so
already.
noble.
He's
And
so
he goes,
nova.
and the king, you see like the spark of inspiration in there. He's like, you know what? Yeah. Okay, listen. You want excitement? Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set you up with some minor military responsibilities, and if they go well, I'm willing to give you more leeway.
That sounds fun.
When can
You
we
down?
start?
All right, but you have to take Kozu with you. All right.
Just the very. I'm not gonna hide it. It's just the ugliest face. Just like.
I know you don't like it, but it's right. It's right. And he nods to himself like he's a genius. Daughter, you can take whoever you want. I actually, you know what?
Here, take this street urchin.
You did just sneak out, actually. Advisor?
Yes, my liege.
Is Cornelius free?
I'll check with him.
We'll montage through some like minor guard duties, guarding the mail as it is traveled, and this all goes well. And we're gonna fast forward to a scene a few months later, which has the king talking to you with a much different tone. It's congratulatory. He's proud of how you guys are doing so far, but you know, you're still just getting started. But he says, if I'm to put out a call for heroes, then I must make it clear that I recommend both of you if you're interested. You've got potential, I think. You've been doing good work.
Go fight
And
demons?
I can, yes, alongside a number of other very the finest of the finest will be with you. It'll be nobles and knights and heroes, and every single one of them will be thoroughly vetted to be just the best of the best. I think among them you will learn a lot.
And we'll get to go far?
Maybe. Definitely out to the frontier.
How exciting.
Quite. And he hands both of you a small, tightly bound scroll with a glowing wax seal.
Look at it for a second. Go to open it.
No. If the seal is broken, then the wax stops glowing, and then it's treated as if it's
I
like
know
forged.
that.
Okay, well you look like. No. Right, I should have. Okay, So you're going to take these scrolls to the Master at Arms at the camp outside of Wainwright. You're going to give them to him. The scroll is going to tell him to get you all kitted out to go on this mission. Basically, he's there. He's waiting for that scroll, and that's how he knows who's been chosen.
I think he knows I'm a princess.
Truly.
He definitely knows you're a princess, but he doesn't know that you're on the mission. He can only give his supplies to people who are going. That you have siblings. Not all of them are going on this. In fact, I think you're the only one going on this mission.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Cool.
Should I? He looks back at his advisor. Should I? Is this okay? And the advisor nods.
Can we insight the advisor?
Sure, roll insight.
Hey, what? That guy's so trusted. He would never do anything bad.
I trust him with my life.
See? He's so trustworthy.
Truly, he's the king's oldest and truest friend.
No wonder trust.
He's the king's oldest and truest friend.
Believe me, I'll never insight this man again. I'll not have repercussions later, I'm sure of it.
He and the king both have glowing eyes. They're like best friends. It's great.
Of course. He's come over to our house for Thanksgiving, anything. It's great.
Yeah, one is like burning cigarettes. What's the king's? It's like a heavenly glow.
Like the sun.
Yeah, like the sun.
Yeah. Because, the advisor's eyes, they kind of smolder and waver, and it's like a small orange...
Demonic looking.
No, like cigarettes.
Like cigarettes.
Yeah, and lots of normal people have orange burning eyes.
The king's eyes technically are orange and burning. Think about it.
I think more yellow.
Depends on the time of day. Yeah, this is the most trustworthy guy ever, in fact.
What's his name?
The advisor.
That's not his name.
His name is the advisor? He's so trustworthy.
No. His first name's Z?
That's his title, Leo.
That's his title.
He prefers to go by his title.
But he has a name.
Yes.
It's one of the realm's most secrets, most highest kept secrets.
It's Gildren of the Rot is his name.
And what's the origin of that?
He's so trustworthy. I love him.
Yeah, his whole clan is from the swamps.
The
of the Rot. Yeah.
The advisor, Gildren of the Rot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell Gildren? Gildran?
Yeah.
Of the Rot.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I like a good hustle though. I mean, look at him. He's gone from swamp people to advisor of the king. That's great. Good for him.
Yeah.
With swamp people?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
We should abolish whenever you get the throne, Jakey. Abolish swamp.
Racist. Both of them.
But so we pan out from Iseta and Asaluna looking down at their scrolls, and we fast forward to the present day of the party continuing down the King's Road, now much more poorly maintained. It's slow going, and twilight approaches. The dimming quarter light reminds Kira, Chase, of their time spent studying under the dim lights of her library back in Lorehold. Here we see Kira totally sucked into what she's working on. She works under not just the lights of the library, but by the light of the wax seal of a small scroll on her table. Small, tightly bound scroll with a glowing wax seal. Toru shifts slightly nearby, and Kira knows that means it's near time to retire for the evening. And a passing librarian sees how much Kira is struggling to put away and comes by to lend a hand.
Oh, Kira dear, here, let me lend a hand for you. You're always working so hard. Me and the girls have been talking. Is there anything we can do for you? Maybe something we can find for you for tomorrow morning?
No, miss. I think everything should more or less be in order. I have anything I'll need. And I know I haven't told you yet, but hopefully I'll be departing soon on a sort of a venture.
Her smile gets kind of wide, and she said, I hoped you would say that, because a representative of the king made magical communications with us and asked a lot of questions about you, your work ethic and all this. I was only too happy to tell the truth. You're phenomenal.
Yeah, I will pick up the scroll and kind of wiggle it in my hand. See?
Oh my, is that it?
Yeah. Now I just have to convince my dad.
Well, we're all pulling for you. You more than deserve it. And the scene shifts to you standing before your very angry looking father. You've asked me this 1,000 times, Kira. The answer is still no. It's not safe. You will get hurt.
What makes you so sure? I'm perfectly capable, Dad.
There's so much can happen. Just think of all the injuries you see here around the library. People, hands.
Is a sprained ankle, a jammed finger? I mean, it's just a week and it's fine.
If that's what happens in these libraries, imagine what will happen out in the world on adventure. Anything could happen. You should stay here.
Well, anything, that's part of the fun. I've never done anything like that. So
good.
I'd like a change of pace.
We want a lot of things.
And I think I've done more than my fair share of learning and preparing, and I've become quite a talented arcane caster.
You are phenomenally talented, and you are doing quite well here. So why should you go?
I'll kind of slowly reach into my robes and pull out the scroll and just kind of hold it out to him. Well, Paladin King seems to think I'm capable, and the realm needs people like me to help it.
Could you roll insight for me real quick?
Yeah, I suck at this. Let's go. Insight is Toru's job. Kari just sucks at reading people.
So you're terrible at reading people. Even you can see how furious he is about the fact that you've gone behind his back to answer the call. He's furious.
But Father, I mean, if you want to tell the Paladin King that one of his chosen soldiers, helpers, can't make it to such an important event, then I suppose you may. but I think I'm ready.
Yeah, he leans back in his chair. Boy, white knuckles on the armrest, let me tell you. You've always been a smart one. You force my hand here.
Well, Toru's accepted along with me, if that makes you feel better.
Were you part of this? He looks at Toru.
Toru thinks for a second. I suppose, but I would only let her do it if it included me.
He nods at that. He takes a deep breath and pulls a small stone out of his pocket. It is around coin-sized in thickness and for our purposes, it's like a dollar coin in size, and there's like a hole in the middle. It's like a flat donut.
Okay.
And he slides it to you and says, "Every night, I expect you to update me of how things are going. If anything's amiss," he lets it hang in the air.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you know what's happening. And you can hear how fun it'll be.
Fun.
And I'll learn lots. Hands-on experience is good.
I'm sure that's what you told the librarians.
Well, some of them agree.
Some of them read far too many fanciful adventures for my liking.
Well, there are a lot of things not to your liking.
Yeah, like seeing my daughter walk into a ravaged countryside full of demons. Yeah, I don't like that, but you forced my hand, so I guess you get what you want. Even with that low insight roll, he's in a very bitter place right now, and he pushes the stone across the table to you.
I will take it in my hand and kind of hold it to my chest and lean over and just give him a kiss on the cheek.
He softens at that. And
I'll be back. I'll keep in touch.
He looks at you softly. Says, in a moment of gentleness that you do not expect from him, says, "Please be back."
I'll just nod. I'll see you in the morning, nonetheless.
All right.
Good night, Father.
Good night. I guess. Yes. Get some sleep. Rest well on your journeys.
Yeah,
And
I will retire to my quarters.
And as you walk out of that room, we return to the present day. The terrain of the King's Road here is quite hilly in the frontiers. As you go further and further north, it becomes more and more mountainous. But the bulk of Bellum proper is a very flat country. It's flat, it's agrarian. There are wide, slow rivers that sort of meander across the plains. So you're all not really used to, lugging carts up these hills. Theo, do you still have that elephant?
Yes.
Yeah, it's struggling. It's sweating. It's getting a workout. You pass. This one sure is. You pass over but it's way thinner, is way shorter than you expect. The river beneath you is thin and fast moving. It's like white, choppy rapids. It's a much different river than the ones you're used to. Did someone just join? Oh,
Me. My brother called.
Oh, gotcha. Thank God, because I was about to transition into your backstory.
Perfect time.
So the party crosses over a bridge, the river beneath you, fast moving, white choppy rapids. The roar of the waters carries quite a ways. And as the roar fades, though, and you near the crest of a larger hill, you begin to hear sounds. And these sounds, to your character, Zane, are quite familiar. They are the sounds of an industrious little town working on some big project. We hear shouts and laughter and tools clanging, and as you crest the hill, you see before you the small walled town of Miller's Hill. This small, fast-moving river runs through the town and turns a number of, you can see, large grain mills, grindstones. It's atop the hill proper, like the name suggests, Miller's Hill, top of the hill, mills. And in the valleys around it, you can see that the fields are being plowed and replanted. The villagers are working at the fields, but the plants are not growing as well as they do in the flatlands of Bellum. And a large section of this walled village, of the wall itself, has fallen away, and they're repairing it. Big town project. And it was a town much like this, although not hilly, but nestled into the woods, that your character, Zane, grew into adulthood. We see a younger, happier, warmer Ionar. He's being congratulated, clapped on the back. Townsfolk are toasting him. He's been selected by the town to represent their town at something called the Lariat, which is a little summit, a meeting of village representatives and merchant folk to sort of work on inter-town cooperation. It's called the Lariat. The symbol of it is like a rope being drawn in a circle and a hammer inside the middle. And it's being held in a small grove in the outskirts of a big forest, thick forest called the Briarwood. You arrive there at the same time as many representatives of local nobility do, like talking minor counts and assorted regional nobles, not like big dukes or anything. Right, one of them says, do this fucking meeting, represent ourselves, get the fuck out of here, fucking boonies, I hate people like this. The nobles and their entourages are really being quite rude. But they're not being rude to anyone, they're just being rude, like, aloud to themselves.
I don't know, I think I'm just gonna side-eye them, like, the fuck,
Fair enough. You side-eye them and continue into the Lariat proper. Yeah. They and their retinues busy the stables. They're getting their horses tucked away and everything. And they clearly look like harried though, like they're unhappy because like the brambles are thick and their horses are all scratched up and whinnying, and they're just not having a good time at all. They're like not used to the forest. And here at the Lariat, there are all manner of charismatic folk, like union leaders, construction folk, guild representatives, people representing villages. They're all working folk, peasant folk. There are some like town guard types intermingling, but this is town watch and also townsfolk. They're pretty close. It's very intermingled. It's not like stuffy or anything like that. One of the guards is a young Harangon. There's an elf. There's all sorts of different types. There's a turtle. There's a Goliath from like the hills. This is like a pretty varied bunch. And as the pleasantries end, folk gather for the central topic of this summit. The topic of the Lariat is class unification, class solidarity. The working class of the world should unite, and a real working man's alliance to help them, advocate for their interests in this very sort of hierarchical country that Bellum is. You see like a guy who looks like he works in construction talks about how nobles always want crazy buildings built and they don't let them take breaks, and it's really like arduous. And someone else talks about how the tax man is always hounding after them for like exorbitant amounts of grain. And there's enthusiasm and interest in the working folk banding together and forming some kind of advocacy group. They're all very pro the Lariat here. The Lariat's really popular. And people are chiming in, talking, and I want Ionar and Yuge to both roll perception for me.
Okay. We have. Oh, that's not. Oh, that was Ionar. Yeah.
That's Ionar.
And wow, they suck.
All right.
Very complimentary rolls, though.
Yeah. So Ionar is sitting there listening to all these people talk, and a young Harangon guard, who is Yuge, is sort of stationed near him. And you don't. Neither of them roll perception well enough to really figure out when this started happening, but you notice a noble slipping out, and that is kind of weird to you. You look around and you see there are hardly any nobles. In fact, there are no nobles still sitting among the listeners. They have all sort of been slipping out one by one while people have been talking.
Should I talk to you here? Is that once?
Go for it. What does Ionar do?
Excuse me, guard. It's awfully empty all of a sudden.
Well, there's still a lot of people here. They're talking.
Right.
A lot of working.
There's a lack of how should I put it? There's a lack of wealthier types around, it seems.
Would you like me to play Yuge during this part, or would you like to play Yuge?
It's a good question. I for this case, you know what? I got this.
Hell yeah, bro. That's the spirit.
You're right. But I don't know where they could have gone. Like, we've both been watching the same speech in the same room. This doesn't make sense. She's a terrible guard.
Yeah, so as you're looking around confused, it happens. the nobles and their goons just start pouring in, and they're slicing with their swords, and oh my god, it's the worst. Some of the town guards sort of take up arms against this. They say, pro the lariat, and the guys say like, no. The nobles say, no, the capital. We're the capitalists, and they start fighting, and you, Yuj and Ionar realize that this is a bad scene.
Oh,
It's butchery. Yeah. So what do you guys do?
I say, INR, oh my god, this is madness. Please, you've been so kind to me tonight. Come with me. I don't want you to die in this mess. And then she takes his hand, blushing like bunny girls do, and they jump out the window.
Hell yeah! The window shatters. You guys are on the run, and I will say these nobles do not know their way around the Briarwood at all, and you can more than successfully evade them using your ranger cunning and knowledge of this forest.
Excellent.
And yeah, we move through a montage of wilderness survival and guerrilla combat and Robin Hood-esque defense of the common folk. Ionar and Yuj are a two-man squad. They're doing great. There's one instance where you two are apprehending a corrupt taxman who has been extorting locals. And while you are accosting this guy, you notice some soldiers jogging over to you. But these are not wearing the colors of any of the local nobility. They're wearing imperial colors. They represent the Paladin King. And as they jog over to you, you can see they look confused, and they look at like a scroll they have, and they say, "Hey, we're the ones arresting that guy."
But we're already doing it. What's wrong? Why is he so special?
Well, no, I mean, we're just going to take him to jail.
Oh. Okay, I guess. Thank you. But can I ask you something?
Yeah?
What's that strange glowing scroll you had?
What? Oh, that's a letter I got. This taxman here, he's corrupt, he extorts people. Is that why you're beating him up?
Yeah. Actually. Is that a problem?
No. In fact, you see respect in his eyes. But he does pull out manacles and kind of moves to cuff him and take him from you.
I'm back up. Let him have it.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, if we don't show up with them, they start asking why we didn't, and then we have to explain that there's some vigilante thing going on, and I don't want to put you in that position. You seem like a good dude.
You know, I appreciate that. That makes you seem like a pretty good dude, too.
As much as Bellum claims to be this like holy land, you know, some of the nobility just rot. I mean, some of the shit they get up to, no good.
Amen, good sir. That's why we do this. Trying to fight for the little man, little guy, and really weed out the corruption.
I second that. We're drawn too thin. This whole demon thing has pulled so many of us away from the realm itself. It's really let this all fester.
For sure. Yeah.
You want to go drinking?
You know what? Yes.
Let's go drinking. Here, come with me. We'll get this guy locked up. We'll go get drinks together. It'll be a good time.
Let's go. Oh, okay. Just you buy the first round this time. So they agree, and they go drinking.
Hell yeah. And as they go drinking, you overhear that there's some scuttlebutt among the Imperial troops about this new call for heroes that goes out. You know, unaffiliated folks who are doing good work out in the city, or out in the country rather. And the guy, Galen is his name, who was arresting the taxman. You know, elbows you under the table, just you guys do good work. You're not part of the armed forces per se. Maybe, yeah, consider this.
I don't know what to say. That sounds perfect. Sounds like an excellent way for us to really get our cause moving.
Your cause?
Well, I can't give all the details, but we met under very tense circumstances, and we both wish to make sure that there will never be such senseless slaughter as we have seen for as long as people are aware of our name.
He looks... What? What are you talking about?
Apologies. I've said too much.
I love senseless.
Oh no! If you have a crime to report, you can let me know. Like, I'm the guy.
It's so long ago now. Surely, many of those involved have passed or been put in jail by now. But
well, do you want to leave that to chance? I mean,
we'll be back. We will make sure. Don't worry.
Okay, all right.
But we need to make sure the other people don't experience our situation. Everyone's dead. It's fine. We'll get revenge another day.
He looks concerned, but he's a few cups deep, so whatever.
Anyway, you were saying something about this What?
Yeah, I'll. So the captain, he represents our garrison. He's got a scroll that he's supposed to give to like someone we find out here who we deem worthy, and I think you guys are a good fit for that. Is it all right if I put in a good word for you and sort of see what happens?
Yuj and Ironar will sort of look at each other, do that sort of thing friends do, where they just pretend they know what the other person is thinking, and they'll nod, and then, and then Yuj interrupts. Let's do it, please. We'd be so honored.
He says, "All right," and then he gets up and walks like 2 tables over and sits down to a guy and says, "These guys are great." And you see slightly more decorated guy look at you, give you a thumbs up because he's been drinking also, and he pulls out of his pouch a small, tightly bound scroll with a glowing seal, and he walks over and he hands it to Yuj.
Thank you, sir. But what do we do with this now?
Wainwright, the capital frontier region. There's a big army camp there. Bring that to the Master at Arms. He will give you some funds and some armaments, and he'll get you coordinated with the other heroes. All of them great heroes, well vetted. It'll be good. You'll go there. You'll do it. He gives you a thumbs up.
She'll sort of like pump her fist in the air. Hooray! Thank you so much, sir. And then
Right on.
celebrates.
He turns around, tail sloshing, and goes back to his table. And we fast forward back to the small walled town of Miller's Hills. The party arrives in this town. What does the party do now that they've arrived in this small town?
Is the description of the town? What were we told that when we got here?
Yes, so you were told eventually you're heading to Mistfall, which is a small village. It's further out into the boonies, into the countryside. Miller's Hills is just a small town that happens to be about a day's journey from Wainwright. And so basically you're just staying the night here and moving on.
Okay.
But while you're here, you can do it if you like. It's a walled town. Like there's a wall around where the houses and a couple of shops and there's a small tavern are. But a big chunk of it has fallen away, and the village is in the process of rebuilding it. There are some outlying fields like on the slopes around the town, but they're being plowed and planted and tended to, but you can see that what is growing is not even people who don't have proficiency in nature can tell that this harvest is not going to be good. But there's still an optimism about the place. It's a small town though, so there are less than 10 buildings in the town proper.
Is there like a an inn?
There is lodging in town. There is one building. It's the first floor is all like this big tavern common area. You can drink, you can order food, and then it's 3 stories tall. The top 2 stories are rooms.
Wait, so there's 10 buildings in this town, but the inns are 3
No,
stories?
no more than 10. But the King's Road, it's poorly maintained, but it runs right through this town. Looking around, you get the feel that in more peaceful times, this was like a hub of, like a common waypoint, a rest stop. Yeah. So
That
the
might
inn
even
is
be the
nice.
kind of town where the inn was like the first building, and everything
Yes.
else is
Yes, it was an inn at the top of the hill, and then a town sort of happened around it.
I would like.
What's it saying?
Oh, sorry. I just I think INR and Huge would probably just like, I don't know, they've been riding around for a while. Either they're gonna try to gather, maybe spend some time gathering information, just to see if this town seems like like it's good people, or maybe. Yeah, we're gonna try to learn about the people and maybe help out with any small chores if like people need help with their farming or their smithing or whatever. See what they can do to help out.
Sure. I'm just gonna get a quick sense for what a bunch of people are doing, and then I'm happy running through stuff. So INR and Huge are going around town seeing how people are doing. What about other people?
Going to the Titan boys in the chat. Leo's leaving. That's what he's doing.
Good shit.
And then with townsfolk, Theo is going to the inn.
Nasetta would probably start to wander around the village while Cornelius goes and sets up a room.
Cool. I will do the in. Or anyone else doing stuff?
I want to see if there's any cool bards performing anywhere.
We don't see any outside the inn.
Do I hear any sweet tunes coming from inside?
Not really. You hear some. It's like when you can hear that people are talking, but you can't hear what they're saying. You hear the sounds of conversation from inside.
Well, let's go see if there's anyone interesting, Toru. And I'll go in there.
All right. So a bunch of folk go into the inn. Theo's characters do, Chase characters do, and Cornelius does. And yeah, it's a pretty. It's the common room itself looks pretty nice, but looking behind the bar, it's like slim pickings. Not very much stuff has come through here in a while, but the building itself is nice. There are there's a whole bunch of tables in the common area. Two of them are taken up. At one of them, there are a couple halflings drinking and talking, and the other table has a handful of rowdy-looking goblins who are drinking. And a friendly-looking, broad-shouldered woman behind the counter says, "Hey there, what can I get for you?"
Delia will just walk right up to the counter and say, "Oh, we were hoping to arrange for a room for the night for the two of us."
Alrighty, a room for you. Yeah, can do. That'll be a few copper.
All right. Here, if I can, I don't have any copper on me, but if I can prepay for a meal as well, perhaps I'll give you a silver.
I'll throw in a meal for a silver. No problem. He roots around under the bar and hands you a key with for room number 1. And
excellent. Thank you. And has there been any trouble around here that we should know about, or?
Well, I mean, where hasn't there been trouble, I mean, the big thing is that part of the wall collapsed, and that's really concerning because not so friendly times around at the moment. So we're getting that fixed ASAP. But aside from that, things are okay. People are working, rebuilding, trying to get the fields all sorted. They're all out of whack. But I mean, nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, that's good. I'm afraid that masonry isn't really my specialty, but hopefully somebody will be able to fix it.
We got folks who know the trade, but a lot of folks who don't. So they're shouting and trying to get everyone in line.
All right. Well, excellent. Thank you for the room and the information.
Yeah.
And,
the meal I was gonna say is mutton with beer. Is that fine?
yes, of course. Thank you.
All right. She looks towards Cornelius.
Yeah, he'll walk up once they're done talking. Greetings.
Hello.
I'm going to need a room for 2 people.
All right, that'll be a few copper.
How many
You want
exactly?
She looks you up and down. 5?
Oh, she doesn't like Cornelius.
He narrows his eyes at her and goes, 5. Can you break a gold?
No. Sorry. I can throw in a meal, and it'll be a silver total, the meal and the room.
You think she can break your gold?
You think she does not have 100 silver?
It's 10.
I mean, it's 10. Oh, Jesus. She zones out for a second, goes, carry the 1. Actually, yes.
He'll hand over a gold Just the room.
Okay, she hands back 7 silver and 25 copper.
He will take a while to count each and every coin, make sure it's enough. Once he realizes he nods, he goes, good. I'll wait for the key.
Yes, and she kind of is watching him count and kind of looks confused. And then, but then she does rummage down, pulls out the key for room number 3, hands it to Cornelius.
You have my thanks. And he'll just turn on heel and walk back into the room.
All right,
He'll just sit at one of the tables and he's literally just gonna sit there and watch the people in here.
As Chase walks up to the counter, Kira overhears her muttering, "A lot of funny folks in town." Hello, welcome.
Hello, miss. Looking lovely this evening. And I'll put a gold on the counter. Room for the 2 of us, please. And to drink, I'll look at Toru. Cherry wine, if you have it. Ooh, good choice. Yeah, 2 cherry wines. Do you have that? Or what do you have?
I have ale. It's locally sourced.
Hold on. Mead or just ale? Ale's fine.
It's been a while since we've had a shipment of mead come through.
That's fine. Ale then.
But you look like fine folks. So we had a shipment of fish come in today. I wasn't planning on preparing any until tomorrow, but I could prepare some for you.
Oh, I'm not terribly hungry, but something would be nice, yeah. But you don't have to go out of your way for anything.
Well, listen, you'll be drinking. I'll at least let me get you some bread.
Yeah, bread's good.
All right. So ales plus the room and some bread. That'll all come to 7 copper.
Sorry, I don't have any copper or silver. So
all right, give me a quick minute. And she walks into the back and comes out a bit later with 9 silver, and but then pulls 3 copper out of the drawer in front of her.
Sorry again. I just didn't come prepared with small change. I guess that's my mistake.
That's all right. I'm happy to welcome any customers. I'm just not used to so much gold coming around. But yeah, take a seat. I'll have your ale out to you shortly. Welcome to town, by the way. Welcome to Miller's Hill.
Wait, what'd you say?
She said, well, take a seat wherever, and I'll get your food out to you in a jiffy. Welcome to Miller's Hill.
Thank you. Happy to be here. And I'll go take a seat with Cornelius. He seems very friendly.
He'll see you sit down and just nod.
Cornelius, right?
Indeed.
What do you think of this place?
He'll kind of think for a second and go, it's passable.
Huh? I guess that's not too bad.
How many windows are there and how many doors are there?
Huh? Sorry, what was that, chick?
How many windows and doors are there to like get out of like the place?
The door which you came in, you haven't explored upstairs, but there is a stairway going up. You saw there was a back room she stepped into and then came out with some money. You don't know, there might be a window in there, but just the ones you can see, there are 5 windows total, 1 on either side of the door, 1 on the wall that abuts the stairwell, and then 2 on the wall opposite that, and then no windows on the back wall of the room, which is where the bar is. And
are these like people size that you could climb through them if you needed to?
it would take some shimmying. There may be 2 feet on each side, the square windows.
He'll just sort of nod towards the windows in the door and go, there are plenty of ways to escape, if it came to it.
Toru actually nods. I like him. And Kari thinks for a second. Yeah, I didn't even notice. I guess there are. I'm just waiting for your ale.
He'll raise an eyebrow at that, and then look at Koru and go, and I suppose you'll be tasting it?
He hesitates for a moment. She doesn't like when I do that.
He'll turn to her and go, that's very dangerous, you know.
It's just ale.
What if it's
It's
poison?
a nice lady.
No one is truly entirely nice.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Should be suspicious of everybody.
That sounds stressful.
As you say, you should be suspicious of everybody. The bartender comes by with a loaf of bread. Dangerous, Jake. Watch out for Toru and Kira, and a big ale for each of them.
Yeah, I'll give the bread a sniff, and if it seems good, I'll eat it.
Cornelius will shake his head. Very dangerous indeed.
You want some?
No, of course not.
You gotta be hungry. We've been on the road.
I brought plenty of food.
Yeah, but you're just gonna eat rations?
It is safer.
Okay.
Wouldn't do me well to get poisoned. How would I do my job then?
Yes. Hey, we got people here that can take care of that, right?
But they should be in tip-top shape if anything comes to happen.
Okay, well, I'm gonna eat my bread.
He'll nod. I hope it is good and safe.
It's okay. Presumably, I don't know. Is this bread goated?
It's
Lumpy?
actually poisoned.
Roll a con save. Just kidding.
Like,
There wasn't a check, but now that you failed it, there was one.
shit.
No, it's solid bread. It's like a rye. You've tasted better, but it's filling and warm, and the ale is quite good. You see her bring out some mutton for the Heaven's Blade core, and not long after, you see Ika and Grom have seated themselves at a nearby table, and they're eating some fish.
So, tell me about Lady Brightflame, is it?
What about her? He will narrow his eyes at you suspiciously.
I don't know what she's like. I haven't had a chance to talk to her much.
She's friendly, for one. Trusting. Makes my job a lot harder. But I would not try to do anything harmful.
What? I didn't plan on it.
If you're trying to get me to divulge weaknesses, you shall not.
I just wanted to know what she, does she like magic? Does she fight with swords? What?
About.
What could I talk with her about?
She uses a bow. with a little bit of magic involved. Truthfully, she's much better than me at fighting, but that is not why I'm assigned to her.
You got the wits.
Indeed. He will look around, just go, I don't know where she is right now, but given that we're with a whole retinue, we should be okay for a little bit.
Yeah, she will hold up some red to Toru, and he will finally take a seat and take his mask off and eat. And then they'll both kind of settle and eat and drink.
Cornelius will look and go, so, was he assigned to you?
She nods. Since I was 4, yeah. My dad is a worrywart, I guess.
I see. I can sympathize with him.
But Toru's great. I doesn't talk much, but he's a good listener and he's smart and tough.
Good things to have in a bodyguard.
She nods. Kind of gives him a pat on the shoulder. And Toru will give a slight smile.
I must go check the room. Make sure it's not some kind of death trap. And he will just stand up and walk very purposefully there, like a little bit quicker than a normal pace.
Cornelius finds a totally normal room.
Yeah, how normal? How many windows are there?
There's one.
Is the door lockable?
Yes.
Is there anything to put in front of the door that would make it harder to... Does it open inwards or outwards?
It opens outwards.
Doesn't like that.
It's harder to batter down. It opens outwards.
But it's easier to seal somebody in and burn it down.
But aren't there windows?
You can block
One
windows
window.
off.
Yeah.
He'll frown, but it's otherwise acceptable, so. He will take some time to check to make sure there's nothing, like, hidden in the room that would be dangerous.
You can roll investigation.
Certainly will. It's not a very good investigation.
I mean, the room has a couple of beds. The mattresses are lumpy, but fine.
Are they bumpy though?
The pillows are.
Nice.
There's like a table that's about knee high with a couple of stools. It's got a candle on it, which isn't lit. There's a window. Some blankets. I mean, it's very bare bones, but it's got everything you'd need.
He will continue to sort of sit in there for a bit and just sort of muse about how to make it the most secure. But that's him for now.
All right. So we'll shift our focus to the people outside, milling around the town. We have Zane, Ionar, and Yuge are doing that, as well as Jake's other character, the princess, Lucetta. She's also about the town.
Right. And we have no idea where Leo's characters were. As soon as we showed up, Leo left. Sad.
Princess Luna is probably following you around, and then the fucking retainer is just hiding somewhere.
Yeah,
Always watching.
I assume he's always in the shadows.
Yeah, he's a fucking nerd.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, so I mean, if you don't talk to the town folk, they won't approach you. It's not like they dislike outsiders. I think they're sort of, I don't know if starstruck is the right word. They're kind of uneasy about the like clear class difference here. So they shoot glances your ways, but they keep to themselves. But it's friendly chatter. You hear like the vibe is like surprisingly optimistic, given that a big chunk of their wall has fallen away and the countryside's crawling with demons you've heard, although you haven't seen any. Crops aren't growing right. There's some optimism here. It's a good vibe.
There's optimism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll immediately walk up to one of them if they don't look like super offended by my presence. I'll walk up to be like, "Hey."
Hello, my liege, your grace, and their friend sort of elbows them and they go, "My lady,
My name's Naseta.
Seta.
Is Naseta kind of a bro?
A pleasure to meet such an esteemed in the person. Hi.
Nice to meet you too. What's your name?
My name's Gavin.
Gavin.
And the friend goes, I'm Kira.
Kira.
Kira with the Kira.
Sorry. How's the village life? Is it good?
I guess. It's fine. It's what it is. How's your life?
It's exciting now. I'm gonna go hunt some demons.
Their eyes get super big.
Oh my god.
They look pretty freaked out by your nonchalance about this.
Huh?
Okay, good luck. Be careful. That sounds
Well,
really
yeah, of
dangerous.
course. Well, yeah, it is, but like, she'll like point at the broken wall and go, "But it'd suck if they like came through there. So you gotta make sure that doesn't happen."
Yeah, we're working to fix it real quick.
That's good. You gotta stay safe these days. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You seem nice.
Should I not be?
Most people who come through don't talk to us.
Oh,
They just
sorry.
drink at the. Why?
Oh. Huh? I like your hair.
Nice recovery.
Okay. I like your clothes.
Thanks.
How long did it take you to make them?
Huh? You don't make clothes, silly. You just buy them.
What?
Uh-oh.
I'll look really confused. Go, Asaluna, do you make your clothes?
I know how to fix them, but we just usually buy them. Mm-hmm.
The the anxiety produced by like how deeply you guys are not relating is making Kozu wince in the shadows.
He's dying.
Have you guys ever fought a demon?
Oh, nice segue, nice segue. Good recovery.
No, but the Tanner and his kids never came back when they went out a few days ago, so maybe they fought one.
Where'd they go?
Oh, they went out. I mean, we've been having trouble keeping the animals close after the wall. When the wall fell, it's part of the fence. Some of them got out. The Tanner said he'd try and find them.
Did we look for them?
No, you shouldn't.
Why? Were they mean?
But what if they're in danger?
Then you'd be in danger.
Oh no, I know how to fight.
I think we would.
How strong do you look?
On a scale of 1 to 20, I've got 13 of it.
Okay. Roll insight. You see that they kind of just don't believe you, and they kind of feel like I don't know. You don't think they like the cockiness actually. They're not impressed by it. They're
losing points with fucking peasantry.
It makes them kind of sad.
Oh, really, I do know how to fight.
I mean, well, that's good.
I'm great with the bow.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I'll just nod and acknowledgement. Truly.
Oh. You should meet some. We got some people in town. They can hit like a rabbit from 200 paces.
I could probably do that.
What do you usually shoot? Not rabbits, maybe like deer? Goats?
I haven't gone hunting in a while, but last time it was deer.
Oh. Did you catch any?
She'll think for a second, go. I think I caught 3.
Tell me.
Well, I saw it was running, and so I shot it.
I love how we're having this conversation. The Tanner's fucking dead.
They clap. That's good. You probably ate for weeks.
I don't remember how long it was. Oh well.
Well, that's just great. You want to go hit the hoop with a stick later?
What?
It's a game. We have a hoop. We hit it with a stick and it rolls, and we try and keep it rolling.
I think I'd get in trouble if I was playing a game.
No. I mean, as long as your parents don't see you.
Just an awkward chuckle. Just.
Well, my dad's the king.
They run away.
Oh.
You probably shouldn't say that, Miss Adam.
They don't actually run away, but their eyes get really big and they clam up.
What's wrong with that?
They bow super, super low. The vibe you're getting is like starstruck type situation, like can't talk type deal, not fear.
Because people treat you differently.
I figured they already knew I was the princess.
Just kind of just shake my head. Shake head.
Well, it was nice to meet you guys.
Sorry, we invited you to play hoop. That must...
What? No, it's no worry at all.
They're gonna get assassinated after we leave. The second we leave, they're just gonna get assassinated.
All right, well, have a good night. Our parents are probably looking for us.
Not anymore.
Have a nice night.
And
Bye.
they bolt. But Kozu hears as they run away them like nervous, excitedly talking to each other, like, "Oh my god, that was the princess! That was the princess!" And they're like freaking out in a good way, but they just like it was very overwhelming for them, so they're out of here.
You're so weird.
Mm-hmm. No,
You seem nice though.
We never found out where the Tanner went, or the sun.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yep, whoops. Where else do you want to go, Niseta?
It's not a very big village, right?
No.
It's like less than 10 houses, I think he said.
Less than 10 buildings. You could probably shout from one side to the other.
Maybe we should go to the inn? Get a room?
Okay.
All right. You head into the inn and you see the broad-shouldered, red-haired, freckled human woman behind the bar.
Just walk up. I'll walk up to the counter.
Hi, what can I get you?
Hey.
I've got beans. Want one?
Yeah.
She looks at you and says, 7 copper for a room.
Oh, I only have gold. Here you go. You can have 1.
All right. Do you want any food also? Some ale maybe as well, so I don't have to give you as much change?
Oh, no, you can keep the gold, but I will take some food.
All right. We have, her face lights up. We have mutton. We have fish. For drinks, we have water or ale. And it all comes with bread.
Can I get the fish and some water, but can it come on the bread? The fish, not the water.
About that. Yes, I can. Do you want the bread? Like, I normally just bring out like a small loaf, but I don't imagine you want me to put the fish on top of just the loaf. Do you want me to like cut it in any particular way?
You can decide what you want to do most.
She, you see a kind of unhinged grin on her face. She goes, "All right." And not too long after, comes back to the bar with a small loaf of bread with 2 horizontal cuts in the top like a toaster and like 2 fish pushed into each slot.
All right, thanks.
I always wanted to do that.
Looks good.
I hope it is. Let me know.
And I will walk over to the table that the other people are sitting at and just sit down with my fish toast.
Yeah, is Cornelius still up in the room, or did he come back down?
I don't know how much time has passed. He'd probably be up there for a little bit still.
Okay, well, there still is a table with Chiron's characters eating. There's a different table with Theo's characters eating. And then there's a table with 2 halfling eating, and then that other table with a handful of goblins, who at this point are not eating, but they are drinking and they are chewing on bones. Fish bones. Probably not healthy, but they're doing it.
Yeah, I'll just sit at the table with Chiron's characters.
All right. What about you, Leo?
Well, I'm just gonna get. How many? Is it just like one bed per room, or what's the T?
2 beds per room.
2 beds per room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess I'll just buy 1 room.
Hell yeah. Any food with that, dear?
Shake head. No, thank you.
All right. The room is. How richly are you dressed?
How richly am I dressed?
Are your clothes like fancy as fuck? Like
a little, yeah, like pretty noblish.
She says, "All right, a room is 7 copper."
I'll give her a gold. That's all I have.
She looks at it and says, "Do you want food or something so I don't have to give you as much change?"
I'll have a little food then.
We have bread, we have water and ale, and then for main meat we have mutton or fish.
I'll have some bread and mutton and water.
All right, I'll have that out to you. With the food and the water and the room, total will be a silver and a copper. I'll bring your change out to you shortly. All right.
Thanks.
All right. Take a seat wherever you like. She goes into the back room shortly after she comes out with your change. She gives you 8 silver and she gives you 7 silver and 19 copper. And then later on comes out with your mutton and bread and water.
That's it. Thank you. And I'll go take a seat next to. I will take a seat next to Niseta if there's room.
There
I
is.
don't know how many. Okay, cool.
Theo's characters are just watching. No one sit with them.
We can sense the desire of
friendship.
Just the hatred. Like you go, oh, let's sit over there. And it's just, never mind. There's blood loss emanating from that table.
If anything, I might try and play dice games with the goblins if they allow it.
Do you approach them?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the goblins like more than willing to like let you join their fun. They're just. Do you speak any goblin, Theo?
Question: do I speak at all? Let's see. No. How do I? I have to link it or I can't see.
Aaron's gonna make fun of you.
So you don't understand their chatter as you approach the table because that's all in Goblin. But when you come over, they hey in common. They're like, "Welcome, come on, you bring a beer."
Of course, yes.
Come on in. What's your name? We're from Clan Gut Cut. Oh, we're rolling in it today.
Sounds like an amazing clan. Amazing clan.
It is. We bring fish into the inland. They can't grow very well right now. Good times for Clan Gut Cut.
I know. You know what? Never mind. Sorry, I've been destroyed internally and externally. by unrelated actions.
God damn. Is there anything left of you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Would you like to play a game?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What game? Teach.
We shall. We'll teach them a dice game.
What's the game? How do you?
Today's dice game. I don't know. Let's see. It's like the whatever liar's dice, but instead of rolling the dice, you have to hit them with arrows, and if you miss, you lose.
They have crossbows on them.
That'll do.
They're so goblin anatomy. As it stands, their grins are almost always ear to ear, but these goblins are ecstatic about this proposition. They start pulling their crossbows out at your discretion. And everyone else, you're seeing these goblins just pulling out weapons, by the way.
All right. What do we shoot?
Dice. I don't know how liar's dice is played. I just started saying words and then added shooting them.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that they don't just start shooting dice the second they see them in your hands. I'm gonna let you like roll them or something. What are you picturing right now?
Let's see. Hold on. So liar's dice, that's the one where you like have the like all the dice are like hidden or something.
Mm-hmm.
But you can look at your own
Under
dice.
a cup.
Yeah.
Yes. Under a cup, you can peek at them. Yeah.
And then what is it? You have to guess if they're telling the truth or something.
Yes. Everyone rolls their dice. They're all covered, and you're trying to guess how many total dice rolled a certain number. So you look on the table and I said, I bet there are like 12 fives. And if there are 12 fives total under everyone's cups, then you like win. It's a little more complicated, but yeah. So where does the shooting come in?
Yeah, good question. All right. So to roll the container, right? It's a sealed container, and you have to hit it with a bow. And like each time you hit it with the bow, you get an extra die, and you have to stay in the same spot when you hit it with the bow, right? So you roll, you essentially hit it with the bow, it rolls away from you, and you get an extra die that you can put in there for the next roll, and then you hit it with the bow again, and you keep on doing that, and it rolls away from you, and you keep on doing that until you miss with the bow.
So you say that to the goblins, and they just start, like, the second people shake the cups and then slam them down, they just start shooting the cups. The cups roll off the table. They start shooting the dice that are like laying on the table. It's mayhem and not at all what you envisioned.
That's fine.
After the first volley, while everyone's reloading, one of them goes, "Yeah, so who's winning?"
You.
Oh, me?
You.
And, oh my! I'm the best.
And the
He's
goblin
the
next to him
best.
punches him in the mouth.
I'm
the
the
second
best.
best.
Yeah, I'm the best.
You're the best.
He gets kicked in the gut.
Got a new contender.
It's all popping off at the goblin table. You all notice this. Crossbows being fired, an actual fight. At the table right next to you. Like this, you're in the same room as this.
I think at this point is when Cornelius walks downstairs.
Twang, twang. I'm the best. Then you see Ikit, master of it all.
What is the meaning of this? He will walk over to Ikit. Well?
What?
What is this?
A game.
He'll narrow his eyes. Who's winning?
He is.
Yeah, I am. He's like blood from his nose. I'm winning. Two pairs of goblin fists hammer chop onto his head. We're winning, and then they grab each other and tumble under the table.
Cornelius will nod and then back away a little bit. Sit back down at the table with the other people. Well, that's interesting.
Eventually, only one of the goblins comes up from under the table. I'm winning.
That you are. Here's a gold for your winnings.
The goblin lying under the table like wakes up like the Undertaker. Like he snaps up. They're at it again. They're chasing the shiny gold coin.
I'll go back and sit down.
Yeah, the fight just continues in your absence.
It seems like it's a hate crime.
Johnny Vanguard wants to know your location. Yeah, partway through this combat, the halflings get up. It's kind of side eye all this shit happening. They go to some room upstairs. Is there anyone else? Zane, are you here?
I am here. Or, well, I'm
Wonderful.
not inside.
You mentioned that Ionar and Yuge would be walking around chatting with townsfolk.
Yes. I wasn't sure if I was present while the princesses were doing silly things.
I'll say you went a different way.
Okay.
But yes, the people there isn't you don't feel the same sort of class anxiety that the peasants showed towards Leo and Jake.
Right.
But they are also kind of hesitant to approach you on their own because you're sort of an outsider, and also they're putting away all the tools and stuff from the work they've been doing during the day, so they're also busy. But if you'd like to approach anyone, they don't seem hostile or anything like that.
Sure. I guess first question, like, is it nighttime, or is it like just, I don't know, like that 5-ish o'clock time where like, oh, we're done?
We are in twilight. It is
Okay.
It is evening-ish time, and quite soon it will be dark.
Okay. So I assume most people aren't going to be wanting help with projects at this time.
Not at this time, no. But if you want to lend a hand packing up, they would more than appreciate it. There's a lot of heavy sort of tools to be putting away and.
Okay. Yeah, I'll approach the, I guess, whichever sort of, I guess, is the nearest one like a farm, or is it a smith of some sort? Like what?
The nearest work that's happening is, it looks like a masonry type project. They're trying to get this wall situation fixed.
Yeah.
And the vibe as you approach is there are two kind of one woman, one man, both of them Earth Genasi, sort of directing people like how to do it and how to like properly put all the tools away and like stow the different stones in case it rains. They don't want the I mean, it's not concrete that they're using.
Right, but whatever, like water or something.
Yeah, they're like, this is how you waterproof it. So it's clear those are the two who know what they're doing, and everyone else is being directed by that. You see, like this. This guy's probably a farmer. This guy looks like he's probably a miller. Like,
Right.
but it's a big project, so they're all pitching in.
Well, then I guess we're gonna sort of walk up and introduce ourselves and like, hey, we are. I'm Ionar, and this is my friend and companion, Huge. We are traveling with a group toward the capital. Is there anything I can help you with? It looks like everyone's helping pack up these supplies. Can we lend a hand?
Yeah, many hands, light work, make light work, as we say. All right. So that's being waterproofed over there. Okay, you see all those tools there?
Yes, sir.
Those go back to the smith. In the morning, he's going to go over all these to make sure they're still in working order. So if you could help join the team who's ferrying these back and forth, that would be much appreciated.
Absolutely, sir. You should be a great help with that. I'll do my best, but she's got this. Hughes is just like, oh, you flatter me.
He chuckles, and the woman Earth Genasi smiles, laughs, and claps you on the back. Atta girl. Hell yeah.
Girl boss. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. That's the vibe we're getting here.
Excellent. Yeah, I guess there needs to be any sort of check, but I want you to be able to try to carry significantly more than the other people, just because she is really strong. But Ionar is just doing a normal human share.
Fair enough. Sounds good. As you ferry stuff back and forth, and the evening gets darker, you feel some warm appreciation to you. The Genasi woman comes over and says, "So you mentioned you were heading out from the capital. What takes you through Miller's Hills? I mean, should we expect more? I heard there's a crusade starting at some point, but y'all don't look like a crusade to me."
Oh no, not to my knowledge. Not the crusade part, anyway. Do I know if more people are coming?
Yes. So the crusade is starting quite soon, in a couple days.
Okay.
You guys are being sent ahead because Mistfall, the village everyone's heading to,
Right.
the portal the demons came through opened near there, and your mission is to get to it, like clear a path for the army to quickly go, and you're to like establish a fortified position at Mistfall that the army can use as like a staging ground. And
So we're the wedge before.
Yes, and your carts that I should have made this clear at the start. The carts you have with you, they're carrying you guys, but also there are lots of materials to set up tents and create some like light earthworks and and like low walls. It's like the preliminary stuff you would need to lay the foundations for a camp that would become larger.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. I will. The Inquisition. Apologies, I forgot for a moment. Well, what I can tell you, I don't want to worry you, though I'm sure all the demons around are already doing that. We're sort of just coming ahead, or going ahead of the Inquisition. It will be coming through. But we're trying to just make sure everything is smooth sailing for them so that there's nothing for you to worry about, nothing for them to worry about on the way to the sort of big cluster, if you will.
She says, "Yeah, of course. Roll insight."
Yeah. Both characters or just I and I?
Yeah, both. It's like, yeah, you can tell that she really isn't following. But she's like, "Oh yeah, I get it for sure. Cool."
I'm trying to make sure she doesn't freak out. Well, in other words, we need to make sure the path is safe for those to come. And you are an excellent stop on the way. And I want to put you guys at ease and help in any way I can before we leave.
Thank you. You know, that's good to hear because it's been rough out here. I'm so happy that the Paladin King's army is going to sweep the demons away and bring light back. Praise Helio.
Yuge is gonna kind of look uncomfortable, but like, well, we're happy to help. Is there anything else we can do before we try? Maybe join the rest of our party for the night?
That's a good idea. Our work is done for the evening. You rest. You have days of trial ahead of you. May the light shine on your steps.
Well, thank you. You've been very kind. Hopefully we'll see you on our way back through.
I'd like that.
And then I guess we'll head to the inn now, if that's all the work that's to be done.
Yeah. You show up at the inn. You show up quite a while later because of all the work you spent time doing.
Right.
By this time, most other people have gone to bed. The woman behind the bar is doing some cleaning. It looks like there was some kind of ruckus near one of the tables earlier tonight, and she's got a lot of work ahead of her to clean that up. But chairs stacked on tables. It looks like the common eating area is closed for the evening. But she looks at you, dusts off her apron, sets her broom against the wall, and walks back around the bar. Says, "What can I do for you?"
Hi. Wow. I hope everything's okay. But sorry, real quick first, could we please get a room tonight?
Of course. Yeah. She looks at you. You look like you've been working. She says, "A room is 3 copper."
Wow, that's really affordable. Hey, so I also only still have gold in my inventory. Like, how do you want me to?
For your character, I'm okay if you say that this is actually like a mix of silvers and coppers.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah. So if you wanna if you want to subtract 3 copper, like you can, your character can freely break your gold down into silvers and coppers because you're not from high class.
Right.
Coppers and silvers are your currency.
Okay, right. It does feel weird that I would only have that, so that's okay. Cool. So I guess Ion will hand over. How much did you say? 3 or 4?
3.
3. All right. Ion will hand over the 3 copper. And excuse me, Miss. Before we go to bed, or well, you know what? What's her name? I keep forgetting my own character's name. Shit.
Huge.
Yeah. Huge. Why don't you go to bed? You've worked really hard today. I'll take care. Or I want to talk to the barkeep quick. You just like, okay.
Ionar is sus as hell.
Yeah. It's
Hey
not
baby,
supposed to be. She gets it.
Hey baby, go to bed. I just gotta talk to this bartender alone.
It's just because there's a big mess and she understands he's gonna want to help.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, he's like, okay, excellent. I've paid you. Is there what happened here? Like, can
there was just a bit of a ruckus with some of the customers. Don't
I?
no one
Ruckus.
was. It was just some drinking games that I think got out of hand. But no need to trouble yourself with it. I'm almost done cleaning it up.
You sure?
Yeah, it's the last thing on my to-do list. I was about to put the close sign out. It's really fine. Actually, tell you what, if you want to be helpful, you can flip the close sign around.
All right. That's the least I can do for you giving us such a wonderful deal. I flipped the sign. Thank you again. I'll put another 2 copper. No, you know what? I'll put a silver down just as a thank you for dealing with all of us.
You guys have been, you folk have been lovely. It's the goblin fish peddlers I had issue with.
Goblins?
Yeah, clan gut cut. They're very happy that our crops don't grow. They sell fish.
That seems kind of suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta eat, so we buy their fish, but they're not very nice.
And you said they're like openly happy that your crops are failing?
Well, not. I guess I sort of. Well, I guess I might have said little more than was true, but they're not as disappointed as I think any good folk should be.
I see. Well, thank you for thank you for the conversation and the room. I'll be going. And when he says that, he's gonna try to head toward, or he's gonna try to sneak around and find out where these goblins are and ask some questions.
I mean, there are a number of rooms. Each room has a number on the door. Yuge has been given room 7. But it's tough to feel like there aren't really a ton of clear indicators of who went into which room. Do you have survival or investigation?
Shoot. No, Yuge has those.
Well, Yuge might be able to because the goblins were a bit bloodied when they went back to their room. She might be able to notice.
I'll go to the room and let Yuge know.
Or Ionar can try it, even though he doesn't really do it so good.
Okay. What would it be then? Investigation?
Investigation or survival.
Well, they're gonna be just as bad either way, so. Do I spot anything?
You get the sense that they're on the second floor and not the third. Your room is on the floor, but unless you start banging on doors, you're coming up empty.
Darn. Well, I suppose I will accept my temporary defeat and just go. I'll retire to my room, tell you about this, and see if there's anything we can do in the morning before. What, are we heading out in the morning? Is that what the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See if there's anything we can do in the morning, but otherwise I'll just accept that I'll have to deal with this problem when we return from slaying the demons.
All right.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm sending a message. So the night passes without incident. Actually, no, that's a spoiler. Hey, is anyone on a watch?
No.
It's a negative.
All right. Well, I have great news for all you non-watchers out there.
Well, Toru does his he's an elf, so he has the 4 hours rest thing. So he would be watching. Other than that,
Gotcha.
Cornelius
he would
will be
probably
saying,
watch like from the time Kari goes to sleep for a while until he trances until the morning.
Oh yeah, wait, Grom has that move too.
It's a good move.
Yeah. All right. People are trancing it up. And, one thing I will say, I wasn't thinking of doing this, but if your character doesn't have to actually sleep, and it does have some kind of like alternate rest thing, like meditation or the Warforged, like idle mode, then I'm gonna let you roll perception checks. As always, maybe if you're meditating, I'll say roll them with disadvantage, or if you're trancing, roll with disadvantage. But I'm down to let you guys roll perception while you're trancing, unless that doesn't make sense.
Cornelius would trance while Masetta was asleep, so let's do it when she wakes up.
Kyra, is the name Saniel a reference to something, or is it just Daniel but with an S?
It's neither.
What is it?
It's just a name. Sorry.
Dude,
All
I
right.
was so confused when you said she had a trunk in one of your messages, because from the picture this far, I thought it was just some bearded dude with his face covered.
Give him the enhance.
Oh my
All
god!
No, I see it now, but I did until you said something.
That was just some wizard.
Yeah. That is not what I saw from
You know what? I also thought bearded dude.
Yeah.
When you,
think
I
everyone
didn't like pay
appreciate-
attention to the character until Chase said some bearded dude, and I looked at the character and was like, oh yeah, that's a bearded dude. Chase got it.
No, that's
Damn,
wrong.
he's good.
How does he do it every time? Yeah, the teams really are color coordinated, except for those fucking scholars.
What do you mean? He's got red on his armor. I got red underneath my hat. We're basically twins.
Yeah.
Chiron definitely is winning the unified art
Make his
competition.
first person he recruits blue.
That's fucked up.
I'll put the recruits onto the map first, so Chiron can pick the reddest one. But yes, you get to the next morning without issue. The woman behind the bar, who no one has asked her name, is selling bread for a copper for breakfast. If you want it.
I like
That's
bread.
2 copper down the drain.
I'll take bread.
Give me bread.
Bread. Get. All right. Unless anyone has any burning desire to do anything in Miller's Hills, you head out on the next leg of your journey.
We don't want
Lucius.
wants to investigate the rowdy goblins in case they're secretly salting the fields.
I kind of do, but I don't want to hold up the adventure.
Everything you see on the adventure is the adventure. What do you? Yeah.
Well, if you'll allow me, I'd like to. Can I see the goblins? Are they also down here having breakfast?
They're up surprisingly early. They are eating bread.
Okay. I would like to buy us the 2 loaves of bread as well.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, the copper each?
Yep.
Wow, that bread versus room ratio. Inflation's gonna hit this place hard one day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss. Oh man, how should I go about this?
How would INR go about this?
All right. INR is gonna walk over to the goblins, ask if, excuse me, may I have a seat?
Yeah.
Excellent, thank you. I sit down. Yuge is standing behind me, as tough and beautiful as ever. I heard there was quite a ruckus last night.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, did you? What? I must have missed it. What went on?
We played this really fun dice game, and I won. And then the goblin next to him throws his bread down and throws a haymaker into his mouth. And, it all sort of kicks off again. Like, I won. No, I won.
Can you try to separate them?
Yeah, go for it. And you know what? Yuge is big and bulky, and these guys, for all their rough and tumble behavior, these guys are fish merchants. So Yuge is a beefy adventurer and has no trouble pulling these guys apart.
So that's what happened, huh? I have a question for you. It's not about the fight, though. I wish maybe you would help clean up a little bit. That's not the deal here. So I hear you guys are fishermen.
Yeah, fish merchants. Yeah,
Fish merchants. Man, you know I know something. I know a little something about merchants. Being a merchant myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was my town. We had all sorts of craftspeople and salesmen and all sorts of things. Man, I gotta wonder why fishermen would just be spending so much time in what was once a happy agricultural town.
Well, we came in with the shipment, the fish shipment, yesterday. We dropped it off, sold it, made some money, and we're heading out pretty soon.
Okay. So how does isn't it sad that like this lovely town just has to keep relying on outside food?
I'm the outside food buddy. It's great.
I see. So let me ask you straight here, bud. You know anything about why the crops aren't growing anymore?
Demons fucked the whole place.
Demons.
Ground hasn't been the same. Plants don't grow right.
Likely story.
I don't know. Listen. Clan Gut Cut. Historically, we've been the pirate type, but now it's been a little more lucrative to just sell fish. You know, some people would say that's good for the realm. Not me personally. Piracy is dope, and I kind of hate the fact that we just sell fish these days. But hey, you know, rehabilitation, eh?
Yeah. I see. Well, you've bested me this time.
That's why I'm the winner. I'm the winner. I'm the best. That's why I'm in sales.
Tell you what, though, if I hear anything fishy, I'll be back.
I mean, we won't be here, so catch us on the high seas, buddy.
Wherever you are, I will find you. Got an arrow with your name on it, buddy. Speaking of which, what's your name? I'm Ionar.
Ionar?
That's right.
That's your name? All right. I'm Ankle Shank Gut Cut.
Ankle Shank Gut Cut. It's a pleasure. I'll remember you.
Hey, have you heard the joke of why Clan Gut Cut, the pirate clan, makes such good fish merchants? My uncle came up with this joke. We're really good in sales. Get the fuck out of here.
I think I have to laugh. All right, but to be friendly, to act like this has all been a big joke, I will also punch him in the face.
He laughs uproariously, and they all start going at it.
Excellent. We're done here, I guess. That led to nothing.
Well, got a teeny bit of exposition about Clan Gut Cut.
That's
the
true.
pirates and fish merchants, and it's definitely not pirates anymore.
Definitely not. And I was so stumped when you were like, demons, dude, that soil hasn't been the same. I'm like, oh shit, that kind of makes sense, but I can't let the goblin know that.
Yes, as you all leave Miller's Hills, you see a sign, you know, classic beware of bandits. It's been like, you know, the trope of like bandits crossed out and it says demons instead. And we zoom in on that sign, we punch in on it, and then when we slowly zoom back out, we see the same kind of sign, but posted in a different place. We're now in a flashback. We're on the outside of a small building, and people are talking within. We see a drunken pair of adventurer-looking dudes, coiffed, dressed to the nines, gleaming plate, sigils emblazoned on their shields and armors, resplendent armor. So resplendent that people who are familiar with arms and armor look at these guys and they're like, these guys have never seen a fight, at least not while wearing that. And you see these two
knightly looking folk are drunk out of their minds, and they're talking to Ikit and Grob. And these guys are, we join mid conversation. One of them goes, "Listen, it's because we're hiring you because we don't want no burgling. We just want to get brought there. I want to just drink, and then I wanna. And the other guy goes, the king himself, us, best of the best, she said. And he's waving the scroll around with this glowing seal on it. He's like, the king said, we take this to Wainwright, give it to the fucking guy. They give us a ton of money, dude. And you guys, you got a big cart. People talk about it. We just want to sit in the back, and you can just take us, okay?
Of course. Best cart in
All
the
right.
country. We'll shine your armor free.
Ah,
Armor.
even better. All right. How much do we give you?
Just 2 gold.
They look at each other, and they're drunk, so they're not hiding. But they feel like they're ripping you off, and they're like, all right, 2 gold. And they slide. One of them's borderline passing out, but the other one slides 2 golds across the table to you.
Oh, thank you.
So, and he takes this scroll, the small scroll, tightly bound, glowing wax seal. He puts it in his front, like he's wearing plate armor, but in front of it there's like a strip of cloth going from his neck and tucked into his belt. Got like a symbol on it, you know, the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Like
and
tabard?
Yeah, tabard. That's the word. I was hunting for that word. Yeah, tabard. And he tucks it behind. On the inside of his tabard, there seems to be like a pocket, like a front pocket, and he tucks the scroll into that pocket. And then his buddy passes out, and he's like, "So can we sleep here and leave in the morning, or should we get into the cart now?" And then whenever you wake up, we can just start going.
We can leave right away. If you want to go now, you can sleep in the car. It's a very soft ride.
I've heard it's the best, and
it is.
I'm tired. Can we just get into it?
Yep. Right this way.
Oh, all right. And he sort of clangs his buddy awake, and they amble after it get into your cart, and then they both pass out.
And we ride.
And you ride.
A comfortable distance out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And rob them blind.
Okay, yeah, you take everything.
Yeah. If we thought we could get away with taking their armor, we would take their armor.
It'll be really hard to get them out of it.
Yeah.
It's plate armor, and they are strapped in. But you take their belt pouches with money, their gear, like their weapons and stuff, their traveling packs, the expensive wines they had packed, and you also take the small, tightly bound scroll with the glowing wax seal that if you bring to the Master at Arms at Wainwright, you will be given a lot of money.
We ride to the location of a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
ASAP.
And you hand him the scroll. He nods. He ushers you in, gives you the silvered weapons that you request, gives you 1,000 gold, and then you suddenly find yourself signed up for something.
Sorry, what?
You suddenly find yourself signed up for something.
Uh-huh. Are we
There's
getting...
like this whole mission that you're now expected to go on with all these rich-looking people.
Oh, interesting. Rich-looking people.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh.
not all of them look rich, but we've got a big collection of nobles and do any of you have ranks in history at all?
Maybe.
If you have any
No.
proficiency, well, you see some rich-looking people, and they're acting like you're supposed to be there with them.
Oh,
Strange. But all right, we're fine with rich-looking people.
Yeah.
I am happy to hang out with rich-looking people at a comfortable distance.
Yeah.
Where not too much role-playing is involved, but...
Yeah. Definitely not, Leo. I don't know what you mean.
You know what? I wish you switched the we and the R, because it would be perfect with your name.
Oh no, you're good.
Whatever this mission is, I'm sure it's not a problem.
Yeah, so you're traveling from Wing, right? And it becomes really slow going. The road is all broken up and the cart clatters slowly. For the purposes of cart travel, off-roading and the King's Road at this point is like difficult terrain. You're going half as fast as you expected to or were scheduled to. The guide, just a peasant dude, doesn't talk much. Drums his fingers on his leg and goes, "All right, we're not going to make it to Riverbend." And as you get late afternoon, he motions to a building you can see on the edge of like a forested set of hills. And he's like, well, he says we're going to stay the night here. It's the safest spot. And what he is gesturing towards is an abandoned lumber mill on the edge of a forested set of hills. Looking at the trees around here, you can see why this was abandoned. None of this wood is a commodity anymore. It's all dry and cracked and twisted and more or less unusable for construction. And so people just up and left, and it's being used as like an unofficial sort of, you can rest here if you need to while you travel type place. There are a couple donkeys that are currently outside of it. Their reins are attached to a stake in the ground. You can see a little bit of smoke rising from the lumberyard as if there's some people already staying there. And your carts pull up to this lumberyard.
Just to be clear, the people aren't like chilling in the lumberyard, right?
So like as you get closer, you can see a small campfire, and your carts and all of you guys see two halflings at a fire in the lumberyard. The lumberyard is like a complex of like lean-tos, like a lot of almost buildings, which have like 3 walls and then 1 wall that's just like open, all opening onto like a central sort of staging area where there's a lot of like cut trees and stuff, a lot of trunks that are stacked, but no one has any interest in cutting them further or milling them at all. And they've taken some of the super dry wood and they have a campfire going. They're cooking in a spit over this fire, and you can see that this fire is like a built fire pit that was clearly built for the lumberyard when it was still in use. So the spit they're using is like a metal spit that was built over this fire pit, and they're cooking a couple birds over it. You're not sure what type they are. INR knows that these are like wild turkeys, but for the people who are from like the flatlands of Bellin, you probably don't recognize these birds. Yeah, they're just chilling and cooking, and your carts pull up. They notice, they wave, they get back to their business. It is once again, it's not evening, but it's late afternoon. Yes, we are not.
Yeah, I was getting so confused. I somehow I missed the transition.
No worries. I might have not made that clear.
Feels like, damn,
this
my flashback got some lore.
It's a really specific campfire scene.
He's going into a lot of depth about this lumber yard.
Yeah, this is for everyone. This is where the whole party is.
I'm happy to be in Theo's flashback.
Theo's
We're
flashback
all
is
in
my
Theo's
favorite.
flashback.
Yeah.
I'm just sad Theo's flashback is the one I missed because of my brother's call, so I have no idea
Oh.
what.
Perfect.
Does someone?
No, that's fine.
This...
That's good.
The best
what-
flashback is Chiron's because he just had a 50-50 chance to get written out of existence.
One road leads off the precipice, the other to everything you want.
Chiron's like, yeah, I'll go south. He vanishes from reality. No.
Well, here's the thing. I don't have the map yet, so I can just switch which way is which.
Oh my god.
Reality can do whatever I want.
Is this the place where we're supposed to hand our scrolls over to get our orders? Or did we already do that?
We already did that. That was like off screen beforehand.
Oh, okay.
That was how we
Yeah.
got our like 1,000 gold. All that good stuff.
Everyone's flashback ended with them handing the scroll to the master of weapons. And then they got the money, they got the silvered weapons, and then the campaign itself started with you guys heading out from that camp.
Yeah.
Oh, so like Miller's Hill was after that.
Yeah, Miller's Hill was after you left Wainwright, and Wainwright is the capital of this frontier region.
That makes a lot of sense. I guess I also misunderstood. Okay.
No worries. This is my first time trying flashbacks, and so there is some timeline stuff that I'm not being clear about.
I was dying though, Lumpy, because I realized like pretty early on these fucking scrolls we're getting with the royal seal on them are literally just like the smash invite letters.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I don't know what to do in this camp.
Well, I mean, you're rocking up. You have like tents you could set up if you'd like. If you don't want to do anything out of the ordinary, I can just fast forward us to evening, or you can socialize with these halflings. They aren't particularly interested in chatting. You can see as you approach that their donkeys are laden with like these heavy saddlebags. And there's a lot of, you can see as you pass them, like poking out of them, or like metal, like a lot of hinges and nails and screws. And this is like, these guys seem to be merchants who sell like minor smithings, like stuff you would use for construction.
To be clear, when you say that the things are poking out of them, you mean the saddlebags, not the donkeys. They don't have random bits of metal poking out of them, right?
These are cybernetic donkeys that have been enhanced.
Oh
to carry.
shit. They've got hinges.
Yeah, they're flesh steel clay. They're warforged donkeys. The flesh layer is just
Halflings are pretty rad.
not no. These are regular donkeys. The saddlebags are bulging with wares.
Yeah, I don't have intent to speak to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. then the evening continues. I would like watches. People.
Well, I have mine on my wrist, but I can't get it to you very quick.
Can you mail it, do you think?
I could. Actually, I got like 4, which you'd have to take your pick.
I guess Grom's is on 3.
Oh my god, Chase, twinning!
Yeah, it seems our characters have a few similarities.
I'm going to die.
All right. So can I get perception checks from Watch 1?
Hell yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure Cornelius sucks at these. I know he's fine at them.
The halflings see how many people are
Way better than Toru.
keeping watch, and they decide not to set a first watch.
The rookie mistake.
Nope, I rolled with the wrong person. That's
Actually, how many people are on first watch? Just 3?
Looks like
Looks like
there's 3.
4.
Nope.
Isn't it Cornelius, Toru, Adelia, and us?
Oh, I didn't see Leo's.
I have gone.
Come on, Leo. Oh wait, never mind. It's right there.
It's rolled. It's the wrong character.
Cool. Thank you. First watch is chill. A second watch begins.
We speed ran it. Good work, team. Not a word from any of us. Oh.
The halflings are awake for this watch, but they're keeping to themselves. Yuge and Rom. So the lumberyard abuts the forested section of hills, but it also abuts like a flat area closer to the road where there is quite tall grass. And Yuge and Grom get the vague sense that some of the grass isn't shifting right with the wind. Can't place why.
Hey. You see that?
See what?
The funky grass.
There is some funky grass over there.
He'll look at it. I don't see what you mean.
Oh, open your eyes, dummy!
He will glare at you.
Sorry.
Explain what's wrong with it.
It just isn't moving right. Like you know, all the grass is blowing one way, and this isn't.
Looking around, but are we able to notice that the people who didn't make the perception check?
How good is dark vision? Is my question.
That depends
It's
how far away.
terrible. I hate it.
You know what? I will set the scene. So you've got a bit of a campfire going within 60 feet of that, or not 60 feet. Within how far is bright light from the campfire? Not sure. But the moon is out, and it's quite full. So I'm gonna say that over this field is treated as dim light, but back into the forest you will need dark vision to see because it is thickly it's not thickly canopied, but the moonlight is going through trees and it's just a lot harder to see.
INR has dark vision.
So does Cornelius.
Okay.
So does Grom.
So does Toru.
So the people who did not roll well on perception, because it's being pointed out you can see enough to be like, oh, now that you mention it, that is kind of odd, but there's no deeper insight that they get about that.
Okay.
Yuge and Grom notice over time, and this does happen over time, it happens over a couple hours, that the funky grass situation seems to approach the lumberyard ever so slightly. And you, other people who had this been pointed out to them, are aware of this as well.
This is just like grass, not like.
This
like
is
wheat fields or something.
This is quite tall grass. It's not cultivated wheat. It's just like wild grasses, but it is mid-thigh height on a human.
Oh,
It's
so
not.
it's basically up to Yuja's head then.
It's usually that short.
She's 3'7".
She's the perfect height.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So it's like maybe it's about 3 feet, the grass. It's not difficult to move through at all, but it is quite tall.
Should this feels silly. Can INR just try shooting at it?
Sure.
Because like I feel like I don't expect us to probably have any pets around, so
Give me. Well, there is an elephant, and
pet
some.
elephant?
Theo's characters have an elephant drawing their cart, and the military issued stock standard carts do have a horse apiece. So there are some animals, but they're resting. They don't seem particularly alarmed. Neither do the donkeys. If you want to make an attack roll and shoot an arrow into this funky looking grass, make an attack roll at disadvantage for sure.
Oh fuck!
All right. Well, the arrow sails into the grass. It sort of vanishes into the darkness. But your message is received in the form of one of the halflings taking a crossbow bolt to the neck. And he drops immediately, and his friend dashes towards the donkeys and takes a shit ton of held action attacks from crossbows and is peppered with bolts, and more than his 3 death saves are triggered as he falls, as an uncountable number of bolts hits him. I mean, it is countable, but it's quite a lot. Like
uncountable.
Blot out the sun.
There are 300.
There are a lot of things. There were a lot of things that were holding their actions to shoot something that came out into like a clearer line of fire, and this poor halfling triggered them all at once. But his friend is alive and making death saves, so that's good for him.
Not for long.
And with that, we are going to end tonight's session.
They're dead.
And we level up.
One of our characters gets to level up.
So I'll give you the vibe of this encounter now. Like
dangerous.
So we can forget it when.
Yeah. So be thinking about how you want to approach the situation over the coming weeks, so that your characters don't take a whole bunch of attacks at once. Because
is there a map?
There will be.
Fair.
I reserve the right to make my plan once I know what the place looks like.
Yes, for sure. But what I meant is more like be thinking of ways your character could like get them to like fire, like, oh, they throw their jacket and they like shoot it, or like be thinking of creative ways for your character to not get shot.
I take a bunch of arrows to the heart.
That's a good way to get shot.
My characters
They'll
are
just
not
fucking miss, bro. I'm better.
But basically there are going to be a lot of like piles of trunks around this lumberyard. So there are ample ways to get cover, more than enough for everybody. But it'll be a kind of situation where you're pinned down, and it'll be like, how do we unpin? That's the situation.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Alright.
Martial characters feel like they're at a bit of a disadvantage here.
Wyatt, whatever do you mean?
Whatever do you mean?
Whatever do you mean?
When I'm ready.
All right.
Thank you for running.
Thank you
so much.
for joining. I felt like I spent too much of that session just describing things, and
I enjoyed it.
I feel like I did not leave it. All right, fair enough. There will be a lot less of that going forward. Exposition.
No descriptions.
All right,
toll.
you're getting hit
Just
by
have to
what?
guess where you are.
The exposition toll.
Very much
must
a
be paid.
Vandy move right there.
Something's hitting you. What's hitting me? You don't know.
You
I mean,
can't
I
even see it. You're so blind.
just naturally be a lot less of that if there aren't like 6 cutscenes built in, you know.
Yeah. The exposition.
I mean, me and Jakey did this. We packed it into a blockbuster, just a single run.
Bro.
Very quick.
I love your character's vibes, Jake. They're very different.
I didn't know that.
Sounds like high to me.
That's yeah.
Yeah,
It's
she
exciting.
sounds.
She's
Low.
alive.
I like her.
Jakey,
got
just
the
give him
lead
one.
card.
Give him one actual quote, Jakey. Give him one quote.
No. You gotta wait, Leo.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, of course. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm mad though. How come I end up mind gooping with somebody every time? That this time my Chase Knight's sidekicks are
Next week, I want to experiment with running at 7:30 EST instead of 7.
Why?
Now that
Cringe.
To make it easier on Chiron in particular, and maybe we'll find it to be a more convenient time to start.
Hell yeah.
I want to try that out and see how that feels.
Hold on. Chase, why is your main person on the right?
Wait, your main person's the witch lady? What the fuck?
yeah. Of course, you're doing like all the talking.
Yeah, the other guy did just sit there and go like,
The mortal blade.
oh, he didn't start it, but
That's for next session.
Ooh, oh wait, Lumpy pinged us. Next session is next week, 7:30 EST.
Oops,
What if
next
he
week
what if
on
he
I can't
delays
make
the
it
start?
until 7:36. So.
What if he delays the start time by a half hour every session?
Then I'll be like, that's not working. Back to 7. Oh, you mean like the next week I do 8?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I just put them both on the left.
No. Wait, hold on.
I'm waking up for work on
I've
Thursday.
taken your slot.
Oh shit! Now I have 3 people in my party. That's OP.
That's right.
What's Cornelius do?
Cornelius, he's
a
a
fighter?
sword master.
Oh.
I had to have one. Come on.
And you're an arcane archer, right?
Yeah. I am infinitely more pot than
You'll never see him again. Wave goodbye to your Cornelius.
No, he's dead.
All right. I have a road trip to set out on in the morning, so I am going to hit the hay, and I will see y'all when I see y'all.
Thanks for running.
you for
It was
coming.
fun.
Sounds good. Yep.
Good. Don't
Good night,
die.
Lumpy.
Take care, fellas.
Alright, good. Now we can start the real session.
Oh
Right, yep.
no!
Roll.
I will say, I'm really looking forward to next session, and I had a lot of fun. But this first encounter, based on how he's describing it, this dude has never played Fire Emblem. You gotta think about your strategy to not get shot 1,000,000 times at once. Well, hold on. Hold on a minute.
That's just Fire Emblem, and you hope they don't crit.
Well, Jake, what if they all have ballista?
Bro, I need to press R to see the enemy attack range. Come on.
Do you think we got divine pulses, or
I hope not.
you hope not?
Divine Pulse is a mechanic that I acknowledge is overall good, but it makes me mad regardless.
What is Divine Pulse?
It essentially lets you go back
It's a
like
pulse of
turns.
Oh.
So like if a unit you have dies, you can just use it and go back a few turns. It's like a limited number of uses per battle, but I don't know. I don't have the willpower to just not use it because it's like I'd rather just use it than restart the whole level. But I also kind of like the restarting the whole level and / or just like letting the unit fully die. Though to be honest, I would still be able to do an Iron Man with it because if somebody dies, they die in Iron Man, and I have the willpower for that. As sad as it makes me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, we get to the start of that combat. It was like we're wrapping up session. Like I'm being edged.
Right? And then you're not running tomorrow? Ugh. Depression.
Yeah, we don't get to see what everyone does till next session.
I know.
Cringe.
Wait, no, Karen, you know what he's doing? We signed up for the Fire Emblem campaign, but instead we're playing Triangle Strategy. We get one combat, and then it's gonna be 10 years of cutscenes.
Oh,
No. Session 3 is gonna be like, we must get the scales of conviction. Like, no! No! Not the scales of conviction, bro.
What's Triangle Strategy?
It's a strategy game for the Switch that it's really fun, but there's so much fucking like cutscene time in it compared to like actual gameplay. It's wild.
And its name sucks.
Oh, its name is awful. It's so bad. I cannot believe they actually named it Triangle Strategy.
It's geometry.
It doesn't really have anything to do with triangles. It's not even like the tiles are triangles. They're squares.
Did Tri-Ace help develop it?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know.
That's the only excuse I can think of for such a
No,
stupid, irrelevant
I know
name.
why they did it. It's because there's like the 3 pillars of your morals based for the game, and it's like that's the triangle.
There's also like 3 kingdoms.
There's 3 kingdoms, and it's so funny because they really can. They're like, the Northern Kingdom, Esfrost, has access to the iron. This makes them strong. The Eastern Kingdom, Hyzant, controls the source of all salt on the continent, and salt's super important in this world. And then there's Glenbrook, which brings mediation to the day. Wait, what? Hold on. Why does Glenbrook sound lame as hell? Like, they don't do anything. The war, the game starts and there's this war that like happened in the past that there's been some peacetime since, and it was literally called the Salt Iron War. So Glenbrook was just there, I guess. Game's still pog though.
I would join you, but I am so tired.
Go to sleep, Theo. Get some veg.
I'm getting out of here as well.
Okay. Good night, Mr.
Actually,
Zane.
you know what? Fuck it. I still want. I'll play a session of. I don't know how long the sessions are though.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know if there's like a tutorial or like.
What are you guys playing?
Oh wow. Okay.
This means warp.
Warhammer decided, okay, I'll get you out fast, and crashed.
The whole
Fast and crash?